All right, guys. They can't hear me, but you guys can hear me. This is everyone on the show today. We got Duke's got a little bit of stuff showing there. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. All right, they can hear me. Wow. Okay, Duke. I'm trying to fix your green screen. All right, they can hear you guys now. All right, guys. This is MixerStories. Thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you everyone for hanging out. This is from the top left to the bottom right. We got Duke of Flukes, IceRocker. She's jamming out. We got Inviicta and Jules. You guys can all say hi. Make sure they can actually hear you.
Hola.
All right. So for everyone who was here the first time, you guys know what happens. We just kind of go through. They introduce themselves, and then we'll get us started. But we'll start with Duke. Just tell them who you are, where they can find you, that kind of stuff.
I'm Duke of Flukes. I'm from Australia, so that's where you're going to find me.
Nice.
Otherwise, Twitch, same name, Duke of Flukes.
All right, cool.
I don't know what else you want to say, Troy.
We'll get
I've
into
got
it,
giant
Duke.
hands.
Yeah. Overcompensating much?
I feel like the Brady Bunch with this, like, it's great.
Oh, wait, so Victor's
I think I just
underneath
totally
me
aged myself
right now?
with that joke, too. I'll live with it. It's fine. I'm hella quiet. Help.
Let me try turning you up in Discord.
That's a first for me. I don't know how to fix that.
You're gonna go up to like
What?
200% now. All right, test that. Test
Oh,
that.
God.
Oh my God!
Don't make me
Jeez,
regret
this is exploded right now.
All right, you should be good now.
No, my name's IceRocker. It's literally IceRocker or that IceRocker over everything. I started streaming on Mixer 3 years ago. First got on there 4 years ago, and
Cool.
yeah, that's here we are.
We'll get into that. All right, Inviicta.
Hi, I'm Inviicta. I started also on Mixer about a year ago and 1 week. So now we are all here on Twitch.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Jules, what about you, man?
Hey guys, I'm Jules D4W. I started on Twitch actually 4 years ago. Strangely enough, it's actually like my anniversary, like literally four days ago. But moved over to Mixer 3.5 years ago, and well, just like everyone else here, we all got the boot not so long ago. So here we are.
All right. All right, let's get it started. So to start this whole thing, like the whole reason I created this was so we don't miss out on kind of what we had on Mixer, like where we came from, how we started, the stories we had on Mixer, and then kind of this hectic transition that we're all going through. I didn't want to lose it all, and I kind of wanted to just put it all in one spot where we could find it at a later date if any of us ever wanted to find it. So
100%.
just to start it, we'll start it from the beginning. I kind of want to hear where you guys came from. No, not where you were born, Duke, but content creation wise.
I was born
like,
on Mixer.
Yeah, but content creation wise, like who inspired you to start? Why did you start? And why did you pick Mixer? And if it wasn't Mixer, where'd you start? And what led you to Mixer? And we'll start with Duke. Go ahead, man.
My story, I've said on stream a lot, and it's something that always reminds me of it. I was a child actor, and I always liked entertaining. And I loved video games, and the way I did it is people from my head office went and got me all this free stuff of like keyboards, mouse, green screen, and said, go and start streaming. And I thought, no, I'm not good enough. I can't do it. I don't think anyone would watch me. And that was it. I didn't want to do it. And I really did want to do it, but I don't think I could do it. And then it took a death of a friend of mine who was always known for just living life in the now. You know what I mean? Like if you want to do something, you have to go for it. Because it's just life is too short, and that's why I went, you know what, let's give it a go. And I tried it, and I just fully expected, like everyone should, is that no one's gonna watch me. Maybe some of my friends are gonna turn up. I'm just gonna be an idiot like I usually am. And somehow people caught on to me being an idiot and started watching me a little bit more. And I started streaming, like just watching streams, and I only watched it off my Xbox, which that's funny enough where I met Jules. Jules was an inspiration to me. How he engaged chat, and it was like, wow, this dude's pretty cool. And he's actually my longest running sub, and that was probably one of the hardest things that I had to stop doing when we finally finished Mixer. It was really hard to click that button because how much I respect Jules. But it's
Gonna make me cry,
it's
man.
sort of it's snowballed. No, but it's true. But it's snowballed from there, and then I started just becoming part of people's communities and finding inspiration from different people. Treating people how I would want to be treated. You know, I wasn't one of those guys coming and go, yeah, help me be a streamer. Half people didn't know I was a streamer until they came and saw me, or they heard about me or something, and I just sort of moved through Mixer like that. I mean, I had a choice of going to Mixer or Twitch, but I kind of felt like I was going to get left in the dark when it come to Twitch, so I was like, yeah, I'll just do Mixer. No one's going to watch me anyway. So, and that's how it built for me, I guess. That's the sort of the beginnings of what happened.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's ironic that someone in here was your first stream and kind of inspiration, because I tell everyone
I was gonna say, when you put it like that, it's like,
I mean, look at that, man.
Listen, I haven't had any sleep yet, okay? I'm still waking up here. Get this big cup of coffee. But Duke was actually the first person I ever saw or stream along with Black Label on Mixer.
You didn't see me, yeah.
Well, yeah. Actually, to be fair, I didn't even know what you sounded like because you were using a voice mod or something like that, where you sounded like Mickey Mouse or something. But
to give a little bit of a look into that, Black Label, who's my brother from another mother, he was doing a Destiny stream, and I like to support a lot of streamers when I'm not streaming, so playing games and stuff. And same I've done with IceRocker and stuff, and Jules and stuff. I'm not streaming, but I want to be there to support them and to have a bit of fun and give content. So what I decided to do was, while Black Label was concentrating on what he was doing, is I was shoutcasting him in a voice change of baby voice and started singing to him, and it was more annoying him than anything. But it was the relationship we had. It was like a bit of a marriage between us. It's really funny dynamic. We've got it really down pat. But yeah, that's when you had come in. I know exactly that stream too, because I was being such an idiot singing songs and stuff.
I loved it, man. But that was right after I listened to this podcast from Broman, and I was like, I got to check Mixer out. And actually, that was the one stream and the only stream I watched before I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try Mixer. So that was it. So, nice. A little bit of origin story.
And
for me
I didn't know that story until you had just gone through, created community, and become a partner, and then I met you at a PAX, and you told me this whole story. I'm like, dude, what? We never even had a proper relationship, and you just did this whole thing, and that was
I wasn't gonna be like, hey, you, you with a really big community. I was inspired by you. Please be my friend. Yeah. But all right, let's move on to Ice.
I mean, I did that to Jules.
That's how it happens. Like, way too often, though. We'll like get to that level, and then we'll be like, "Oh, but yeah, you're the first person that got me. He wrote me into this kind of thing."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how it was on Mixer a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. Small world.
But yes, when I first came over to Mixer, I was just like modding and watching my boy G Flow and one of my middle school friends, Nikki Brutal, and they both were kind of like, G Flow gave us his big pitch. He was like, dude, Beam is the thing. It's like he's really big on these things too. He will just pitch something to you so hard and make you believe it. And so we were like, you know what? It's fine. I'm just a viewer. Like, wherever you guys go, I'm going to watch. And so we came over there, and it was nice, like for the first like couple months, and then I kind of slowly started, because I'm I was a stay-at-home mom, and so I started watching other streams. I started watching Covent, I started watching Hunkstaban, a lot of European streamers, because I was still in Italy at the time, and then I just moved back to the States, so I was like still kind of watching some of those that were in that time zone. And then I remember we were playing something, and they were just like, oh, like you're always just commenting through everyone, like, you know, through everyone else's. Basically, you won't shut up. Why don't you just start your own kind of thing? Is like how is a nice way of wording it. And I also didn't have my PC at the time. I had a Dell all-in-one.
Oh no.
And
Ah,
it was so bad. And I also, like I said, I just moved back and we weren't like actually in the town that we were supposed to be in yet. And so I was at my parents' house who live out in the country. So I was getting like 2 upload speed. And so I'm using this all-in-one. I have horrible upload speed, and I started streaming stuff like because I never really played PC games. I was a very console-heavy player. So I went back and I played stuff like Half-Life 2. I went back and I played stuff like Portal. I was really big into Age of Empires, and so like my computer could run that, if you could call it a computer. And so that's pretty much just what I played. That, and I did like some cosplay makeup stuff, and people liked watching me like make these things, even though it just, to me, it seemed so weird and tedious. I'm like, I'm just sitting here like cutting stuff. But I got to just sit with like, you know, when you first start out, it's just you and like your 5 friends, and you're just like hanging out. They're probably playing other games at the same time, but they're getting to kind of watch you do your thing. So, you know, when it comes to distance, which being a, you know, military spouse, I'm so used to, it was a really good, easy way of putting me back in touch with people.
Yeah.
And so I relied on it a lot, especially when I first moved to the town I'm at now, because I hated it so much. And so I basically just started digging more into streaming and doing it more often. He was going through school classes and just busy all the time. And so I was just here. And so I just started streaming more and more. And then it just started picking up like crazy. And yeah. Then I found Siege, and now that's all I'm known for, so it really doesn't matter.
I was actually there the one stream where you were like, I should really take variety streamer out of my bio.
I had that struggle. Like, I had people tell me all the time. Like, it was the biggest joke when I started playing Siege, is just like, oh man, like this is the only game you're playing anymore. Like, you keep saying variety, I've never seen you play anything else. Like, I love indie games. I love small indie games. They're so much fun. I loved another thing about Mixer was the team aspect. Like, I mean, you know, Jules and Quan and stuff like that. Like, we would get in. I loved getting in on, actually, some of my earliest Siege moments was when they would do Xbox Siege with like Fun Size and like we did like girls versus boys, and it was hilarious. And I had so much fun doing that. And then I switched over to PC and I couldn't go back. I was like, hey, that's cool. Like, I can't go back and play with you guys. It's gonna work.
Yeah, once you go to PC from Xbox, especially on R6, you just can't make that move back.
There's no going back, man.
Yeah, Ice was one of the reasons I even started playing on PC, because her freaking mods gave me so much crap. I was like, all right, I got to try it out, and then I never went back.
This means that we like you, so we try and like rope you into.
Oh,
it.
I appreciate it.
It.
Now I appreciate it. Now in the chat I get, when are you ever gonna come back to Xbox? When are you gonna put the dust off?
Oh,
like,
dang me. Yeah, that still give me. I play
still
PC
people
and put my
asking
controller
me that.
in.
Like, I even remotely have played Xbox. I mean, I play Xbox like almost every other day offline still, but I don't even remotely bring it in my office anymore.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome to hear that you were on Mixer before it was Mixer.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
many.
been a long time.
There's not many people still around from the Beam days. But what about you, Inviicta? How'd you get started in all this?
Well, I guess so. I've been part of my stream team L2D4 for over 12 years now. I have not been streaming that whole time. We were just a casual group of friends, but we had like the Facebook fan page and stuff. And
Can I also jump in on this? Because
yeah,
I actually followed that page way before I started, because G-Flow was friends with someone who was on the team. And I remember, like, that's why, like, when she came over and I started talking to them, I was like, hold on. I had to, like, go back through, and I was like, oh, no, wait. Like, paths crossed.
Yeah. Streamer versus small.
So, but then, like I said, this was like 12 years ago, and I've always been a gamer my whole life, and then life happens. I had 2 kids. I'm also a military spouse, so I've moved all over the planet. And I just haven't had time to really pursue it the way I wanted to. Now that my kids are older, I have more time to commit to gaming and streaming and all of that. And what really motivated me to start streaming is Queenie Chris, who is also a member of LTD4, an original member, because she got partnered on Mixer, and she's like, hey, you need to try this. Why don't you try streaming? You're always playing with me, you know? And I was like, no, I can't, because I thought to be a streamer, you have to be the best gamer ever. You know, you have to have like cool tricks, and you have to teach people how to do things. And I don't know. And I'm actually like very introverted as a person. So when the whole idea of streaming was terrifying to me. But then I started out on my couch, just streaming right from my Xbox. And it went really fast because I didn't even know what I was building. It was like my community shaped me and my channel instead of the other way around, if that makes sense. And like I also started with a 10-year-old MacBook Air to stream from, and people would joke about playing Minecraft COD because it was so pixelated and terrible looking. Yeah, and I don't know, fast forward a year and here I am with my own PC setup, and yeah.
We'll come back to
a wild ride, and I love it.
We'll come back to the setup thing because I love those stories of like streamers starting out, especially on Mixer with the whole like console integration, which we'll get to on many levels. But I've been hearing a lot of people starting like, yeah, I started on my sofa or my bed with just an Xbox, and now they're partners with full setups and green screens and DSLRs. But yeah, also I wanted to comment, most streamers are incredibly introverted. Like most streamers that I've met are incredibly introverted, and that's kind of how they started streaming. So I don't think you're alone in that one, Inviicta, including myself.
I'm like so nervous now because I feel like I'm being put on the spot and you're asking me questions. So I'm very nervous. And then when I'm doing my own stream, I don't feel nervous because I'm like, I just read the chat and I respond to people and they're my friends. And like, I mean, you guys are my friends, but you know what I mean? It's like a totally different vibe. Totally different vibe.
No, your stream, your chat, that's your home. That's your home.
Control. It's different.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, like I can just mute Duke whenever I want here, and then we won't need to listen to him anymore. So he has no control.
I have giant hands.
But what about Jules? How about you, man?
Well, my stream career started here, like I said earlier, on Twitch. What got me interested, a couple friends of mine, just like most, you know, you're hanging out with your friends and they say, hey, yo, you seem pretty good at this. Maybe you should take a look at it. So I started watching people like Professor Broman and Gathalion because I was heavily into Destiny at that time. I was like, dude, maybe I can do this. So you said we'll get into the setup part later, but I went out, spent my entire tax refund on building a PC and started streaming on Twitch.
What's a tax refund? I don't...
Dude, let's not talk about that right now. Suck at this point.
Too soon. All right.
Yeah. But anyway, so been on Twitch for like a couple months, and then a friend of mine brought up Beam to me, and he said, you maybe should try that out. It's a smaller community, it's a smaller platform, you'll be able to be seen more a little bit on there. When I started on there, one of my favorite streamers is Laydown Clown. He came into my stream and just brought in so much love. He really liked my content. He thought I would be a great fit for the platform and everything. At the time, I was actually doing restream from going on there, YouTube and Twitch, and I just didn't know where I wanted to be at the time. He said, dude, you should try to stream on here. People love you, and from what it seems like, you got a lot of people coming in. Like I was averaging like 10 to 20 viewers at a time. And I just said, you know what, let's go ahead and see what happens. So I am OG Beam. And from there, meeting people like Duke of Flukes, Rocker, Nikki, Jared, who else is there? There's so many content creators. EC meets Wetsy, Tyloo Games. Dude, like those guys. Oh my God.
Such a cool, oh man.
You remember his button, Secret Tunnel?
Secret Tunnel is my favorite thing ever,
dude. Dude, that was like my favorite button going into his stream, and like having the mix play board and everything. That was like a new life to streaming when I came over to the platform, and I was like, I think this is it.
Definitely still. Well, you were there when like the mix play boards were first like kind of getting into it, and like we still had games that were getting like integrated into it, which I don't know, those died off very quickly.
Yeah, died quick.
Oh man.
Well, was Mixplay introduced? So you guys were straight from Beam. Like Sparks for Money wasn't
That wasn't a thing.
Yeah, so was mix play a thing before?
But I remember that
Sparks Harmony?
paycheck though.
I mean, so do
I
I.
remember having a panic attack. I was like, "The fuck do you mean they just sent me that much?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mix play board was there, like original Bean days, man. And like us getting like all we did was just get Sparks, and people set up their streams for you to interact with them. And like I said, well, Rocker knows as well. Going to EC stream, we would play Secret Tunnel, and there was like a bunch of other buttons. Him, Pigeon Man, a bunch of other folks, like they influence people to use their mix play boards and just have fun, man. That's what Beam was. And I didn't have to worry about being a streamer. I could just be a gamer and have fun and interact with people. And that's what I love most about Beam at the time. And then us going over to Mixer, same thing, but then, you know, stuff changed. But yeah, that's my story, man. I just happened to come over here and really enjoy the community. I think that's what it was for a lot of us being on Mixer. It was just the communities that we had, the friendships, the love, the caring. We didn't really have, we got trolls, but we didn't have too many of them. If they did come over, we like kind of tamed them into being like decent people. So that's it, man.
That's awesome to hear. Yeah, like most people that I talk to, whether it's in chat or even people that don't stream, like the viewers, like when you ask them on Mixer, I was like, what got you into Mixer? And they're like, honestly, man, every single person would say it. They're like, honestly, the community. Like everyone was such a tight knit family on Mixer, and still is. Like if you look at any of your chats right now, you'll see all the same people that were on Mixer, like, which is amazing. Oh, yeah. So it's like, it sucks that Mixer like died. Well, I guess you still got 4 days technically, but we're just gonna go ahead and say that Mixer died, and kind of everyone went over to Twitch. It sucks, but like it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because like everyone was forced to move at the same time. And even though we did get a couple people that went to Facebook, most people went to Twitch. So I can say that most of the community went over. And even though we're going to lose like 95%. Yeah, dude, I would say it's like 99%. It's like almost everybody. It's like almost everybody came.
I feel like going to a new school where there's a whole bunch of new people that you've never met. You know, when you go upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, it's a new school.
We talk about it quite often, and it really did kind of feel like we all graduated high school and kind of moved on to what we needed, because especially like the directories are so big, and you really integrate yourself a lot with a directory when you're on Twitch and stuff. And so it really just kind of felt like it even, like, as much as like the community and stuff was really nice, I think we also realized that a lot of us maybe didn't vibe as well than we would. Like we realized once we're not spending 12 hours a day with each other, we're not really that into each other, and we play different things, and it kind of, I feel like some people really started to distance a little bit, and it's not necessarily bad. Like you're gonna move on, you're gonna find new people to hang out with, you're gonna find new like things over here, and you know, it's growth.
Yeah, I think I mean it's still early on too, so I think part of it is also people don't know. Like still to this day, when I stream, I get people that come in and they're like, dude, finally, I found you. Like, holy crap. I mean, given there is that terrible 2 at the end of my name that I don't want to talk about. But, you know, every single day I get people in there, you know, and they're like, I finally found you. Like, it's like I've been looking everywhere. So you are going to lose people.
Troy HD, the sequel.
Dude, I get everything. I get everything from 4K.
It's like a really good lore story he's trying to lean into.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Yeah, hopefully. Hope it's like it.
Okay, I actually love that.
Hopefully it's a good.
I actually love Troy 4K. If you could pick it.
Ultra HD.
Oh my god. That makes me sound like an anime character leveling up through my like forms, but
oh man.
But
that's great.
You sound like a TV brand, you know?
I mean I kinda am, right? TTV? All right. But,
there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway. But so for me, my next question is gonna be like, what made you choose Mixer? And a bunch of you kind of touched on it already. But for me, I actually found Mixer through Twitch. It was Broman. Yeah, it was Broman. Nice. Just like you, Jules. I didn't even know streaming was a thing, because I grew up in a family where like if you played video games, you were very much wasting your time. Like,
Same here, dude.
yeah,
So,
like my mom came straight over from South Korea. Like she grew up in rice fields, and my dad was like special forces in Vietnam. So like if you were playing video games, not allowed. Like you were wasting your time. So my first touch with video games was college, and I didn't go to a single physics class that entire semester.
You would have got your ass whooped, Troy.
I didn't go to a single. Hey, I did well in the class. I got my degree. I made it out of there, and clearly I'm using it. So, but
Yeah.
I went super into Destiny because like my sophomore and junior year was when Destiny came out, and I got heavy into it. And then I was like, I need to know more. And I found these content creators, went on to Twitch, and Broman was there with his giant, bald, shiny head. and I fell in love with the channel and the community.
That was a little targeted.
Yeah. And I fell in love with Destiny and the community and like DCP. I found DCP, and I fell in love with the podcast there, and I listened to it every day. And from there, I wanted to start streaming. I was like, I don't care if I suck, I want to be a part of this. So, I want to be a part of this. So I started streaming on Twitch actually, and doing trials and SRL. Hopefully SRL never comes back because it was a dark time. But and then Broman was like, you should try Mixer. And I was like, maybe. And I went over to Mixer, and the first channel that popped out was Black Label, and Duke sounded like a 5-year-old child, and I was laughing my ass off for like 2 hours, and I was like, this is where I want to be. And my first stream on, she was on the last episode, but Blasty Blast rated me.
nice.
And just like Jules said, it was all love. Like not a single troll came over. Like everyone was super awesome. I had like 200 people in there on my first day, just like being incredibly
Nice.
awesome. And I was like, yeah, this is it. Like the next week I was like telling Mallory, my girlfriend, about it the whole week. I was like, this is what happened. I'm so excited about it. But yeah, from then on, it was just straight Mixer for me. I don't know about you guys wanted to elaborate on it anymore. Anyone can speak up, but what made you solidify your choice of Mixer over Twitch or YouTube or Facebook or even like Trovo?
Me personally, it was just the love that was on Mixer, and I've already made my friends on Mixer. That's what kind of like, because remember I took 4 months to learn how to stream before I started my first stream. I set up my whole gear, and then I started it. So I'd already had sort of the roots in here. So I decided that this is where I want to be. This is great. I mean, I was playing Rainbow Six Siege when I first started. That's all I played. My first 10,000 follows were Rainbow Six Siege, and when I was 300 follows in, I got raided by Skofu. And
Nice.
Skofu, funny enough, my first stream on Twitch, he was also my first raid. So I was like all emotional. I was like, oh my god, you're my first one, and then you're my first one. But Skofu is an amazing human being. I was so happy that I got to meet him. But he's that for me solidified it. And I was 300 follows in, and I said, I love this place. This is so much fun. And plus I love the mix play stuff where I could be an idiot as well. So the mix play was a big push for me as well.
What do you guys feel about Mixplay? Are you happy it's gone, or you miss it, or
I miss it.
Mixplay's turned sour.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people, especially when we went through the whole like when Sparks were money and stuff like that, like it got sour.
Yeah.
And it didn't help
Very.
that, I mean, we can all pretty much kind of agree that the stability of the site was very, very bad.
Thank you.
And so people had trouble even loading them in the first place, or it would take up a bunch of space. And it just kind of, especially for me, became a hassle I didn't even want to deal with anymore. Like it wasn't worth it. We weren't getting good interactivity. I mean, when you play stuff like Siege, every second counts. And so especially when I started playing Siege, like the half a second distractions because of the level we were trying to play at just wasn't worth it anymore.
Yeah. No, I feel
Yeah.
that.
Imagine like trying to get the dub in Apex and then someone saying, "Hey, break out the shake away," and I'm like, "You got to be kidding me! We're top 3 right now." So
Okay, the
yeah,
shake weight stuff was so much fun. We both
Yeah.
had we were like known for the workout buttons, and I do miss that stuff though. But then we had stuff like stream loots come out and
oh my
things where
god,
like it was a little less intrusive to the stream, but like it could still be used very easily.
Mhm.
And I think that kind of helped bring back that interactivity that we really look forward to having in our streams.
Awesome.
It
Very.
wasn't that shake away. I swear to God, that I floored me when I saw you do that, man. That's the first time I
I
met
remember when
Jules.
someone tried to tell me, they were like, "Oh, you should get one too." I'm like, I can't do that.
No,
He
that
can do
no.
that. If I try and do
you-
that,
okay,
it's a totally
so-
different site.
Yeah.
Jules didn't realize, right? Okay, this is really toxic. So what I used to do with Jules is because what happened, right, is that I would try and time it that when he was just doing the shaker weight and I would donate to him, like I'd give him like $20, right? And he was always shocked by it. So this is him with the shaker weight just going like this and then going,
Yeah.
and I said,
Like-
Jules, this is the best. I don't think he realizes what he's doing. Oh, it was the best timed thing ever. It's like it already looked bad, Jules, but you looking shocked.
Clip
going,
that?
Yeah, honestly, we'll make that the YouTube clip
I
now.
swear to God, if that comes out as a gift, I'm really upset.
Thank you for teaching me how to make gifts, by the way.
Damn it.
Nice.
Do you know what? I'm not even mad. I love content creation in all forms.
Oh, dude,
so-
yeah, man.
But that was
That's why we're here, right? So.
I agree with the whole mix play thing though. Like when I first joined Mixer and saw mix play, I was like, "Oh, this is super creative." I saw some incredibly creative mix plays. Like Jules, yours was freaking so clean. But then again, some people had so many buttons, like so many. It just took away from the entire
And animated
stream.
ones at that. You like show up on the screen and it's just like all just.
Yeah,
They used to
Moving
shut down the
and-
Xbox app when people would have so many and were like moving gifts and whatnot. So,
I was just about to say sometimes it would just straight crash. Like before I got more RAM in my PC, like sometimes I wouldn't be able to play certain games with someone's stream up because their mix play was taking up so much CPU. I couldn't play. So
That was like one of my favorite like Mixera things that he patched in was like the auto close mix play, and I was like, yes, just cut it off.
But also one of my biggest gripes was like everyone's by the end of it, everyone was the same. You had your Spark donate, and then the certain increments of Spark donate, and then that was kind of it. And that's when you knew it was kind of like, everyone's moving away a little bit from these mix play things because it's just taking up too much of the stream. It's becoming more of a trolls come in and spam whatever button they can find that does something in the chat.
I gave you 1,000 sparks. You're not gonna say thank you? Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna stop your entire stream to say thank you for throwing an actually polished rock on the table? Like, son, give me a second.
Yeah, that's one thing we won't miss with Mixer Blueberries. But
yeah, man.
the next part I kind of wanted to get into, which is a little bit of a sad thing, was where were you guys and what were you doing when Mixer
do this.
tweeted out what was happening?
When we got broken
Getting
up
ready
by
for bed, it
text.
was like 11 p.m. for me. I was
Yeah.
getting ready, like checking my email, wrapping things up. And then I get that news. So needless to say, I did not sleep that night.
Yeah, I mean, I was mid-move. Mallory and I were like, Mixer's doing really well. We're doing kind of well right now. My sister's about to have a baby. We want to move closer to family, help them out. And yeah, I mean, Mallory decided to film a vlog that day. And her entire family was there. My whole family was there. And my family despises what I do for a living. So I didn't say shit.
Good.
Wow.
No, I didn't say anything the whole day. But we're-
Silently sitting in the corner.
yeah, so like if you watch like the vlog, I'm on my phone over the counter of our new place, just having a mental breakdown, surrounded by family, and like I'm just the whole rest of the day I'm just like, oh, there's that sofa you got to move. Yeah, I'll get that. like I was just so upset, but like, and I didn't know what to do, so I was just like, just keep moving and get through the day, and we'll see. Like I didn't know what to do with myself, didn't know where to go, didn't know where to turn. Like I called all my friends at Microsoft that I knew and like asked for advice, and they were like, we have no idea. We found out 5 minutes before you guys did. Like, it that's where I was, but I kind of want to hear where you guys were and what you guys were doing. We could start with well, since we heard a little bit from Inviicta, we can start with Duke.
I woke up to it, to my phone blowing up, being the time difference. So it was 7 o'clock in the morning. I woke up getting ready for work. Normally, what I do is I get on and I, flick on the streams and stuff, and then IceRocker is usually on, and
Say
I
good
usually
morning.
go, usually, morning. That's usually the running thing we do all the times. Morning, But I got on, and next minute my Discord is completely blown up. I had Twitter things. I was like, what is going on with my phone? And then I saw it, and my wife was in bed, and I didn't mean to, but I said it really loud, and I go, fuck. I just
Yeah.
And I was trying to process. She's like, what's going on? I said, I think Mixplay. Sorry, Mixplay. Mixer. I think Mixer's shut down.
No, Mixplay's gone too.
And Mixplay's gone as well. But I couldn't believe it. I was in a bit of shock, and I thought I need to see more of this. So I had to get up and then go to the bathroom just to go and have a look. And I remember it was lid down and me pants up, and I sat onto the toilet. All right, it wasn't me going to the toilet. It was me sitting on the toilet, and I was just reading what was going on, and I couldn't fathom it. And that's it. I for 2 hours straight, I could not stop crying. And I was just like, I can't believe this has happened. Like I was about to celebrate my 2-year partnership. I had a massive event coming up for Rainbow Six Siege, for all the voices and stuff to come on. And I was trying to organize. I was already stressed to get that organized, and everything came crumbling down. I was so close to 70,000 followers. I had over 1 million views, and I've said, that's it. Everything's working now. And I just felt everything crumbling down. And I went, that was 2.5 years of bullshit that I just went through for what?
Yeah.
And I had to make a really big decision on whether I wanted to continue. And so I got to tell you guys, it was weighing more on the not continuing. I was about to just drop it, the whole thing, and say, I don't think I can do it again. I'm going to be 40 this year. And do I want to keep putting myself through this? And I went to work, even though I did not want to go to work. I went to work, and I remember being really upset. And my boss said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm a bit out of it." And then I thought, "Oh, I have to talk to Marty." Now, Marty is Martin Copping, the voice of Mozzie, who was helping me with the event, and I didn't know what to do. And I just thought, I have to tell him. I went out to work, and because he's normally lives in America, he has to talk to me on video phone, so I had to see him. And I was just at the back of my work, and I was telling him, and I was just welling up again. And he talked to me, and he said, "Look," and he looked at his phone. He says, "You have 52 minutes to cry this out, to get rid of this. But after that, I want you to turn around 180 and say, this is the best goddamn thing that's ever happened to you. And I want you to make something of this. And we're going to make this huge event. It's fantastic. You get excited, all that kind of stuff." And he really put it in perspective. So he was actually a really big push for me to get back to streaming, to at least give it a try.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and I tell you, it hasn't been
Inspirational.
Yeah.
It hasn't been easy. Even after the event last week, I couldn't. Like, there's been days I just can't even hit the button. Like, you have to know it's a really big thing. Everything's got. Even though we didn't start from the bottom,
Yeah.
we still have some community and stuff. It does still hurt, and I don't know. It's just everything that we built for this community, and we knew where it was going, and it's gone. And that was it, and that's how easy it's gone. And for the people on Twitch, we've got to understand that it could happen to Twitch one day too. It could just be gone one day, So it really does. If anything come out of all this, it's I've got to stop putting all my eggs in one basket, So that's why I'm branching out now to make more YouTube content and all this other content. So if that was anything that came out of this, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go full hog on this and then do whatever I can to make whatever
Good.
this I'm doing into a business.
Good.
You got this, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna kill it on no matter what platform you're on, man. I mean, it's a perfect example. First time I ever saw you, I didn't even see your face. I didn't even hear your voice, man. It's just you're entertaining and you're welcoming. You made me choose a platform. You know, like you have an amazing personality and you draw people towards you, no matter what platform you're on. What you're
It
doing.
is nice to hear that, but it's the going through that though.
No,
Like I tell this to so many people. I work 40 to 50 hours a week. I stream for 40 hours a week. I try to support as many people as I can. Other streamers as well. I try to get my socials done and all that stuff. And then I've got 2 teenage kids and a wife as well. And I don't spend a lot of time with them too. I don't really sleep, and that is harmful to me as well. I'm no spring chicken, so that's why I had to make that decision. It wasn't a fact of I know it can be entertaining, but it's time and it's effort again to go through.
Yeah. Which I think honestly was the biggest blessing was all of us were forced to move over at once. And don't get me wrong, we've all suffered from viewership drops or whatever it is. Like we've lost a part of our community in the movement. Like we're going to. Like the hardest thing in the world to do is take a community from one URL and move it to another. So we're gonna lose a little bit inevitably, but I think, and that's the hope in the long run, that Mixer was built on this tight knit community that will end up finding each other eventually, and we'll get back to those numbers and beat those numbers. And Duke, I 100% think you will, and I think a lot quicker than you think, man. And I'm super happy Mozzie helped you go down that direction. I might have a new Rainbow Six main, but
he's such a dork, dude. He's such a dork. Literally, I think the man was on just not long ago, actually playing all sorts of games. I think he's playing the horror games at the moment because people like to see him scream as Mozzie. So, yeah, he was a good egg, and I think he was the very big turning point.
Good. Well, I'm glad that he is in your life, if only for that reason. But what about you, Ice? Don't make me cry.
So it was a pretty rough weekend right before that happened anyways. I had made obviously like a calling out post with the whole Gamer Me Too thing that was coming out that I didn't expect to gain as much traction. I mean, I didn't expect, but happy that it did. And so it was a really draining weekend. And then everything that came out with Millie, that was like, we had already kind of built up all this anger, and like, it was so hard to like spend the entire weekend. I mean, watching even like, some of my friends people I thought were my friends also get canceled out of it. People I put a lot of trust in. So like, I was fucking exhausted. And then the Millie post came out, and then I feel like it was such a big thing. And Monday rolled around, and I woke up. I stream during the days, obviously, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, I can't just sit here. Like, it's all I can think about. I'm obsessing over it. Like, it's driving me crazy, and I literally wanted to do nothing more. I didn't want to, I didn't want to stream. Like, a lot of people were like, no, I don't want to stream on Mixer. It's, all that stuff. Like, I wanted to stream to see my community because I just needed to be with them at the moment. Like, I didn't want to just sit there and not think of anything. My husband was still deployed, so I was here by myself, and I couldn't sit there. So I went live, and I decided, I was like, look, I don't want to sweep it under the rug or anything, but like, can we just not talk about it? Can we just play some games? And so we started playing some Siege. We're getting into it. I'm kind of, out of it a little bit, but I did it anyways. Girl, I put on fake lashes. Like, I was in. I put in all the effort. And I remember G actually came into the channel and dropped a Twitter link. I had a couple people who were like dropping this Twitter link and apologizing. And I was like, all right, like, okay, fuck, dude, like, which one of my fucking friends fucked up this time is literally the first thing that popped up in my head. And I didn't want to click it because I was like, man, I don't even want to see what's going on right now. Like, I did it. And I was human frost matting because I'm dumb, makes me happy. And so I'm laying in the corner of this room right next to open area. And I look over and I open up the Twitter page. And then I just kind of stare at it for a minute. And you just get like that wave of panic.
Yep.
It just like, I felt super like hot and heated. And it pretty much like at that moment, I didn't see stream anymore. Like I didn't see them. Like chat was moving, but I couldn't see it. Like I was so focused. And it was just so many questions roll through your head so quickly. Like, the hell's going on? Why are they doing this? What am I gonna do? Like, where do I go from here? This all hit really fast. I literally ripped my eyelashes off and just started crying.
Oh.
I didn't turn my stream off. I was sitting in Discord and watching back on the VOD because I saved it. I don't know, masochist. I'm hoping I can do a rags to riches kind of story where I can like play that clip and then play all the good shit we've been doing since then.
Yeah.
But rewatching it and stuff, like you just kind of hear like bitters in the background, like the fuck is going on? What is this? And then Monty losing his mind, reading the tweet out to everyone in the stream because I'm not paying attention to anything at that point. And people are starting to kind of like pop in the Discord. Like I think Norm was live at the same time over on Twitch, and so he jumped in and was just kind of like, yeah, it was rough. And then apparently so many people cut off their stream and didn't stream that day. So I got pushed to a front page feature on everything with almost 2,000 people watching me cry. And it was weird to like watch back and do because like I just started apologizing to everyone. Like I felt the need to apologize to everyone, which was so stupid. Like it had nothing to do with me. It wasn't me. It wasn't my fault. And it was so hard. So hard.
Yeah.
And I think what also like I remember a couple times like trying to go look over at the chat and it was moving so fast because we had so many people and it was just a mix of everyone like apologizing and like what are we gonna do? Like it was pretty clear I was going to Twitch. I'd already been talking about it a little bit for a while. I play PC Siege. That community is on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I was getting so sick of being on Mixer and not being taken seriously with the staff, with just everything. Like, and it's even hard in the community. Like, I was starting to meet people within this community and stuff that it felt like they were still just like, but I was the Mixer kid. Like, they'd talk to me privately in DMs and stuff and, those kind of things, but it's like they didn't still want to be kind of associated with me. And that it was always something that was like really hard because it's like, man, I really love this and I want to be a part of it, but this is holding me back. And so within about 20 minutes of my absolute public breakdown, I, lost it, apologized, and then I was like, all right, I'll see you guys on Twitch tomorrow. Like I cut my stream off early and that was it. And I just cried. But yeah, that was.
I just like the tweet she's talking about. I don't know if you guys read it word for word, but it kind of hit me the wrong way. How they worded it. I don't.
It was so bad.
Like it was
it's crazy
like,
because they contradicted themselves, like literally. Because there was a tweet like maybe like 8-10 hours before they posted that one saying like, "Oh, we care about our communities and all this other stuff," and then that.
Yeah.
Yeah. GG Mixer.
Like literally 2 days before that, it was them talking about the kickoff of Moonlight's Creator Challenge.
Yeah.
Like we
not
got all this
also,
future
look,
plans, and then this tweet, it like it's phrased as if it's this awesome news. Like literally word for
Hey.
word, we've got some very big news for you, Mixer partners. Your
Be
home's
excited.
gone.
Can I say also, like, and like we hold no thing over this, but the partner Discord after that tweet
Oh.
happened was the best fucking thing.
That was a dumpster
Because
fire.
we didn't have a place to talk about it or
Yeah.
ask anyone. So everyone was just typing in the most random fucking channels, like fucking art submissions. People were like, yo, the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
that's not also with all this too. The people that are caught up in this, right in the middle of it, is a lot of the staff, and I just have to put it out there that a lot of this staff, they were as blindsided as we were.
Mhm.
Those people lost their jobs as well, and I reached out to my partner manager when this happened, because I was initially gave her the, oh my god, what the hell is happening? And I got a robotic response of, please make sure you read the blog and stuff like that. And my partner manager was
I didn't even
Pam.
bother.
I
didn't
I
bother.
said that because Pam and I are also friends as well. So she's helped me through a lot of crap that I actually went through on Mixer that I don't talk to many people about. But and then I stepped back a little bit and I realized what I said to her, and I thought, I was being a little bit insensitive too, because she's lost her job. So I actually just wanted to, I said to her, can I just ask, are you okay? Are you? And then she wrote back, she said, thank you. You're actually the first person that's actually asked me that. She goes, I really appreciate it, thank you, because she was taking it really hard. It's just her and her daughter, and she had to find a job really quickly, and I felt for her as well. So there's a lot of people that they're like, Pam and Ethan. Ethan is another one as well that were just like madly going, God crap, we need to find a job, and luckily Xbox took them on, which is great. At least Microsoft helped them out on that side, but they were blindsided too. Do you know what I mean? It was a lot of the higher ups that made this decision, and I just wanted to sort of point that out as well. That they wanted to make big things happen. They believed in this platform, even though there was things they need to fix up. They understood that it's still a baby platform, but it had they could see the greatness in it, and unfortunately, it was just pulled out from underneath them. I know there was some staff in there that were questionable. That aside, there was still a large amount of other people that were really great.
Yeah.
And
No, absolutely.
Seeing Solace try to calm everyone down was just
Oh
so
my
like
gosh.
I out of all of the staff members, I've never had someone fight as hard for like what we actually wanted and give us answers and do like her best that she, like, if she couldn't give you an answer, there's not an answer right now.
Yeah.
And so like I remember I was fueled by rage, and I was acting like a child in that Discord. Anytime those Facebook people started talking to me, I was like telling them to fuck off. It was really bad. It was real. I went full like blueberry with my controller kind of shit in there. It was not
Love
good.
it.
And then I just sneak in but not you, Solace. I love you.
And I'm sure she appreciated that. She picks up on just about everything. But apart from that, I know Inviicta, you said a little bit about where you were when you heard everything, but like, what was your thoughts on it when you first heard?
Well, for me, I was finally starting to not feel like the new kid on the block anymore at Mixer. I was finally like, okay, I kind of know who people are, and
Definitely.
yeah.
I feel like I was making friendships and relationships and stuff, and getting into the swing of things, and then to be told that it's just ending, I was like, okay, wait, what? Like, what? I don't understand. I haven't even started yet. It's kind of how it felt like, or I was kind of getting to the point where I was getting started. And to add to that, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm also moving to Korea. So was working really, really hard. I was making a lot of sacrifices in my personal life to commit time to streaming and really building a strong base so that during this transition period and my move, that I would have something to fall back onto, or like to know in the back of my mind, it's okay. You know, I'm only streaming like twice a week for 2 months or something, and it'll be okay because I've already come this far, or I've already built this much. But then it's all gone. So now not only is my platform gone, I'm moving across the planet. People that I looked up to and considered my friends are being outed for being absolutely awful human beings, and it just felt like my whole life was like, I don't know. I was
Uprooted.
blindsided. So many, yeah.
This house you
Everything
built
was-
is just gone in an instant from
Yeah.
a tweet. But you guys,
Yeah.
you guys brought up that the abuse that was kind of going on Mixer. But to touch on that, I put out this whole tweet longer, like that same day, and I never did any of that because I'm really socially awkward and I didn't know what to say, and I was like, I'm gonna go to say something to be helpful and I'm gonna end up fucking it up and end up hurting people. But then seeing people like Ice and Jules and Nogi and a bunch of other people I look up to like say something, I was like, I need to do something, and hopefully with whatever platform I have, it helps. I put out this plan of like what I could do personally, and hopefully other people would stand up for it. And the one thing we did come up with was MGC, which actually came from someone who works from Microsoft who I was talking to as I got the notification from Mixer. He was like, do you have like a fallback plan or anything? And I was like, why? And he's like, do you like any of the other platforms like Facebook or anything? And I was like, dude, do I need to be worried? Like, what's going on? But like, basically, he's the one that helped me create this whole thing, MGC. We raised the last episode over $500 for, and I want to put that money towards people that were affected directly by this. So if you guys in this show right now, afterwards, it doesn't have to be right now, but know anyone that was affected by it or anything, can let me know. We'll go drop some love bombs on them, and I would appreciate that because I want that to go directly to the people that were kind of hurt by that, and especially now since they all lost the way they made their money, this could hopefully help a little bit. But afterwards, if you guys could let me know anything about that, that'd be amazing.
Not a problem.
Yeah. But what about you, Jules? Where were you? What were you what were you doing?
I like how
Where
every
do
time
I
you ask,
begin?
someone just kind of starts laughing, like,
Yes.
about that.
Because you're like, oh, I could
Man.
cry, but instead I'm gonna laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can look back on it, it's pretty damn funny. I mean, it sucks, but yeah, it's funny as shit. So, all right, just like Rocker, you know, well, I don't even know where to begin, man. So let me go ahead and start with like the Discord. So like Rocker and a lot of other people, we would go to these staff discussions and would voice certain concerns on a platform. And shout out to, again, Solus and fucking Andy, man. Those two individuals wholeheartedly like tried their best to keep us all together and like keep faith in the platform, because let's be real, the morale on Mixer at the time was definitely dying. I mean, if you were being successful on there, that's one thing, but for the people just starting or the people that's been there for a while and notice like the platform isn't going up or just going anywhere, that really, like, I mean, it didn't make me afraid, it was just made me curious, like, all right, what are we doing here? I've voiced out so many problems with the platform, and I like Sola, she heard every cry, every like angry message I put out there, and she tried to be politically correct almost every time with me and try to make everybody feel comfortable, but I didn't see any momentum. I didn't see anything changing. Like, we asked for certain things, like one of the things they gave us was like, oh, now you guys have bigger emotes, and I'm like, so? And what was the next thing they gave us? Oh, the one thing nobody fucking asked for, Microsoft Awards. Like, yeah, that was cool, but it fucking sucks for people to fucking
And
redeem
then promoted
those
Twitch
awards.
streams.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! That was hilarious.
When I saw that
Oh,
post, I was like, surely that's not true. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my
that's
god, when
fine.
Cheeto showed me that shit, I was like, you gotta be kidding me right now, dude.
yeah.
I was so upset, man.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's
It
the
was
thing. All of those decisions have started to get embarrassing, man.
very
Yeah.
like, and then we would have what is it? I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand it was a smart thing to do with what was that, Microsoft, the Minecraft game, the Minecraft Dungeons. They promoted it highly on, they promoted it highly on Twitch, but like, I'm like, where's the love for Mixer? We didn't get any of that, dude. So like little small things that I thought that would help the platform, considering that there was only like what 12 staff members that they had on the team or whatever to like work out everything. I get it, but at the same time, it was like, dude, what is Microsoft doing to help us? Because right now this ship is sinking. Either the platform's going to die or people are going to start leaving. And I called this out before it all happened. I said, I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to see Microsoft say they're shutting Mixer down. And sure enough, well, I was up during the time. So let's go ahead and fast forward to that. I was actually streaming and I was speaking on the stuff that happened that weekend with the allegations and whatnot. I voiced my problems, my concerns, and like it hurt to see certain people that I was friends with to be affected by that or like be involved. So I was speaking on all that. And just before I was about to close the stream out, invades in my stream. I had like probably like 300 people in there at the time, and like invades like, Jules, don't go anywhere yet. Yo, dude, wait. And I'm like, what is he talking about? What's going on? And sure enough, he shows me the tweet. He shows everyone the tweet, and I'm sitting there distraught. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, did this just fucking happen? I'm like literally like just blown away. I was already making plans to move over here, like do like half and half, but like seeing that just solidified my decision. But still at the same time, I'm like, dude, this is my home. I helped build this. Like each and every person on the platform, brick by brick, helped build Mixer. And literally they just, hey, we're tearing this shit down. You guys gotta, find another place in like 30 days. So here's your eviction notice. Also, we're gonna give you this. And hey, you could go over to Facebook, but there's this shitty ass contract deal you gotta go through too. So yeah, good luck. And that was it. I was just literally blown away with what they did to us. And it's not like the staff on Mixer. It wasn't them. It was just the higher ups and I guess whoever's with Microsoft or whatever. But that just, it really hurt to see that, man. I invested 3 years into this platform and all the friends I've made, the content that I built on there, like, like for a lot of us, I mean, being variety streamers or, sticking to one game or whatever, that following, seeing that number disappear like that just hurt me, man. It, as a variety streamer, I mean, I threw like a lot of content out there, and to grow up to 33,000 people, that meant a lot to me. That was a huge achievement, and seeing that I have to start all over again, it sucks, but it's also like, I don't know, like a fuel factor for me to like, yo, you did it one time, you can do it again, and this time it'll be better because you're on a different platform. They have more features, like it's a broader audience, like you can do more than what you did on Mixer. So have fun with it. So I'm looking at it in a different light now, but before, man, I was just like, I can't believe they would do that. And then here's another thing that bothered me. They partnered so many fucking people like 2 weeks prior. So many people. I kept seeing like so many tweets. Yo, I'm partner now. I'm partner
just
now.
got their partner merch in, like seeing those posts like hurt so bad.
Yeah, man.
Like imagine getting your box with your name on all this Mixer gear.
Did you guys see that people were getting their acceptance letters after the announcement came out?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, congratulations, you're a Mixer partner after the announcement came out that Mixer was shutting down.
I never saw those ones. My
like,
God.
if there wasn't more proof that there was no warning, then like I don't know what else it is. Like, what a slap in the face. Like, hey, congratulations on all this incredibly hard work you did, this brand new community you built.
You kind of made it.
Yeah. They won't even get their check marks or their merch or anything. I mean, they don't want it now, but
Hey, free t-shirts.
That's true, dude. People burning their Mixer merch. I'm like, I'm keeping that. I'm sorry. It's a great hoodie. But
I spent $80 on that MetaThreads jacket, son.
Yeah, MetaThreads. Yeah. But another thing,
I just looked at mine and went, how am I going to wear this now?
Another thing though was like variety people like Jules coming over. I'm loving seeing the games that Mixer streamers are playing now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I am
Not dedicated to
loving
VR.
it. Yeah, like I was in your. I don't even know the name of the game you were playing the other day, Jules. But I sat down with my dinner and I was just sitting there chilling, and watching you play. And I'm like, this is like a movie. This is great. His chat's flying. Like he's getting new people in there. Like just earlier today, I was chilling in Laserbeam's channel. She's playing Paper Mario. Like I don't. You wouldn't see Paper
You wouldn't have seen that
Mario
on the dash.
anywhere
sure.
on Mixer.
Unless
Like,
they told us they would promote us for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
and even then you get the 2 hours and then everyone goes. So it's like I'm loving seeing all the variety that we see on Twitch now. But going back to like the whole transition from Mixer to Twitch, but like what do you guys think caused the like sudden, I mean, some people think it might be obvious, some people think it have other answers, but I have like a literal word for word answer from a Microsoft employee, from Phil Spencer,
Really?
that I'll tell you guys afterwards. But like, I want to hear what you guys think caused the shutdown of
I
Mixer
think
overall.
they have a long history of it. I mean, do you remember a Windows Phone? Do you remember Zoom?
Soon, yeah. Like
Do you know
I
what I
just
mean?
don't know
Like,
how
sucks.
such a big
They ha-
company, such a big established company can fuck up so many things.
I
So
think
many
this
good
was-
things.
no,
Like,
this was
they just
planned a
have
long
this-
time ago.
I mean, but also at the same time, I get it. Like, I do the same with my PC almost daily. I managed to break this thing in ways I didn't know were possible. And so maybe that's kind of what happens, but it's just like, they're so bad. They're so
I
bad.
feel that they planned this a long time ago and they didn't tell many people about it. But what they were doing was when they got people like Ninja and Shroud, that's why they threw that much money at them, is because they needed to make it look like a viable platform before they pushed it onto something else. So there was always a plan for Mixer, and unfortunately, they knew they were going to shit on us. I had a feeling that that's what was happening. They needed to push us whatever we could do, get us sponsorships, but really, when it come down to it, is that we were almost used as a pawn to sell that product. They bought something, they wanted to wrap it up in a nice little wrapping. All right, here's Ninja, here's Shroud, but the only thing is, in their contracts, you know, they almost gave it to Facebook saying, hey, you got some big streamers on there, you can have it, but there's a clause saying that if that, you know, platform shut down, that they can just get paid out, and that's fine. But they're playing the long game, I feel, and they knew this was going to happen, and that Facebook can take it on, whoever can take it on. They probably didn't care if Twitch took it, whatever. But there was a long game. There was something they got out of this, and I don't think we're going to know the full story, and rightfully we don't. It was their business, it's their money, it's their everything. But I don't like the fact that we were almost used as pawns for it, that we were made to believe that it was going to last longer than what it was. And honestly, I'm sorry to the people who are on Facebook. My personal opinion is Facebook can never get out of the genre of social media, not streaming platform. That's me personally. And that's going to be very hard for them to get people to change their mind on what it is. So I don't know. That's what I feel. I feel that we were being used for a while.
oh yeah.
Okay.
I like to think that it exactly went like the Lance skit put out. If you haven't seen
Dude,
it,
dude, I love
Oh,
Lance. I know you
100%.
watch
that
it.
one,
I haven't
yeah.
seen it.
Dude,
I
it's the
hope
best.
that's how it went down.
They just went, oh, what are you going to do about it? He goes, oh, give me a sec. And he's just texting on his phone. And he goes,
You're
ah,
doing the
done.
most,
He goes, what do you
man.
mean
I'ma tweet
done?
that
He goes,
shit out.
yeah, I just going to tweet it out. There you go. And I just gave it to Facebook. What do you mean you gave it to Facebook? Yeah, let's give it to Facebook. Who cares? Fuck it.
All right, I guess we should just, have some meetings and let everybody know and fuck it, dude.
Yeah, fuck it. I just put a text out. Done. What do you mean done? It's so good.
But I think it's been a much longer thing than like Duke said. I have my own suspicions. So I want to hear what you guys think. What about you guys?
I honestly don't even care.
Yeah.
That's the point.
I love it.
Right, next
I'm
one.
with you. I'm with you. Like,
Short and sweet. All right.
I've
But,
had so many people ask me that, and it's like, man, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care why they did it. He already said he's fine. Like, what? Ninja and Shroud, they're doing perfectly fine. Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah.
setting the boys up.
Yeah, they made out.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't care why it happened, but I think it's going to be either good or really bad for a lot of people. Everyone that's been putting in the really hard effort, and like Jules said, like with the variety streamers and stuff, I feel like Mixer taught us to be underdogs, and we fought really hard. Really hard. If it was not handed to us, we had to claw our way up. We had to ask constantly. We had to push. We network at events. We don't just go around and sit at the partner booth and drink a lot. No, we set up meetings. We meet with companies. Like, we work. We set up things outside to help get us through. And we're going to thrive. We're going to do so good. And
almost on a daily, we got teased by Twitch people.
Like, I'm already starting to see some people start to kind of fall back and not really have it. Like, man, it's kind of hard when somebody's not holding your hand, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's funny you brought that up, Ice, because I said that exact thing in the last one. I was like, I think the best thing, but also like the scariest thing for people on Twitch is that what Mixer did is like for their partners at least, they brought together the biggest underdogs that fought the hardest. And they brought them all together.
A lot of people told me, they were like, it's not going to be any different on Twitch. Like, you're not getting a partner manager even if you make the partner. I'm like, that's fine. Mine didn't answer me half the time anyways. Hey, I learned.
Yeah. I
adapted.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they brought the biggest underdogs that fought the hardest together and then shipped them all over to the biggest platform together. And they were it's kind of like an invitation. But what about you, Inviicta? What do you think kind of caused this whole slippery slope to Mixer shutting the doors?
I kind of agree with that idea that this may have been in the works. I don't think that they were planning on selling the company like that, whenever it happened. But I think everything hitting the fan, and it was just easier for them to wash their hands of it and be like, you know what, instead of dealing with this huge messy situation and the PR of all that, we're just going to sell and be done.
So on that note, actually Facebook came out and said it wasn't a sale. Mixer just partnered with them and just gave it.
Just gave it to them.
So
I mean, there you go. They were like, hot potato, you deal with it. Thanks.
Well, it's because
what do you mean you just gave us to them? No, I just gave it
Facebook
to them.
has a different kind of thing they need for xCloud. So that's why it's like subcontracting for xCloud. So Facebook deals with that, and then they just give them the platform. It's almost like a contra. Like, hey, like, we don't really have to pay for anything. Just do this stuff for it, and we'll just give you this.
Yeah.
And they just gave them everything. That's pretty much what it is. It was just a business transaction, like swapsies. Instead of giving you money, how about we give you a platform that had Ninja and Shroud on it? But done. So that's what
they're not coming
for.
over. But hey.
No, they didn't realize that. They would have signed a contract and they're going, psych, they're gone. They just got paid out.
Some people that were like, oh man, dude, it'll be they're gonna have these two big streamers over there. I was like, you fucking think they're going over there? That's wild, dude. That's fucking wild. There's not enough money in the world for that.
They tried to double their allegedly they tried to double their offers with Facebook. But what about you, Jules? What's your view on that?
Well, you know what? I can go all the way back to when we were at E3, man. Like, when everything was going on, and then when we found out, like, they made that investment into Shroud and Ninja, I already in my head, I was like, I don't know what's going on there. Like, we were all hyped about them coming over, but at the same time, I'm like, this doesn't seem right. Like, you could be investing that money that you gave to these guys. You could have put that into the platform, because there's great streamers, people that could have pioneered the platform. I mean, Ninja helped pioneer Twitch here, along with like Shroud and other folks. But like, Microsoft didn't even give people like Jared, Duke, Inviicta, yourself, me, like Quanticus, a whole bunch of people. They didn't give any of us a chance to like really show our true talents. Like, they could have showed us off more, like with advertising and whatnot. And like, instead of investing that into the platform, they invested it into them. And right then and there, I was like, something doesn't seem right. But you know what? I'm just gonna wing it. I mean, like, I'm making good money on here. My name is getting pushed out there. So maybe Microsoft does know what they're doing. But then as I started to see, just before COVID and everything, like, just as I started to see, like, we aren't getting updates anymore. You guys been at the town hall meetings. We weren't, like, actually right after Matt and James left. That's when I was like, this ship is probably going to sink probably. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. Once they left, we weren't getting updates about what's happening to the platform. We weren't being told about events. Just like there weren't any good incentives on being on the platform. Like nothing was working. At that point, that's when I kind of knew, like, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's going to work out too well. So,
No.
yeah, that's it, man.
Looking back on it, I have a bad habit of putting extreme faith into things, and Mixer was one of those things. Even though I come from a business background and I should have seen a million warning signs about what was happening, but I had extreme faith. You know, I was just like, Mixer's
We all
like,
did.
yeah, I was like, Microsoft's not in the business of losing, even though history has told us they kind of are, in like with previous first endeavors. But I do want to read this thing for you guys. So this is from a Microsoft employee. They shut down basically because of market ownership, and I'm sure that's the same thing they did with the other things like Zune or whatever you want to call it. Word for word, it was Mixer had about 1% of the market share. Then they tripled their growth to 3%. The path to 50%, which was what the goal they were shooting for, to be a viable platform, would cause the company to lose massive amounts of money. There was just no way to catch up. We were really proud of the community Mixer made, but there was no win scenario for Mixer. He goes on to say, once they decided Mixer couldn't win, they wanted to shift to taking care of the people and the tech. And Facebook was already had more market share, and Facebook was the only one that would strike a reasonable deal. So the employees were shocked, sad, and furious with leadership with how they went about things once they made a decision. But that was what I got as a reason to Mixer shutting down, which in my mind, I think this has been like...
I think that was a factor, but I don't think that's the full reason.
I think it's been going on for a bit. I think the final nail in the coffin, in my opinion, was COVID after they purchased Shroud and Ninja. You can't make a $40 million purchase and then not be able to do anything with those assets. They made 3 to 4 year plans of marketing and events and shoots they were going to do with those two huge personalities. And once COVID happened, directly after the purchase, it all went out.
We had that Canadian, the photo shoot thing that happened where they, sent a bunch of partners up there and they made these really cool commercials. They made the cool GIFs. Like they had, the ads on the app stores and stuff like that. Like that was such a good push. I had so many people that were like, hey, I'm seeing, so-and-so, like I'm on this thing. Like we're out there. Like you see Twitch ads all the time. Like I can't watch Hulu without having that rubbed in my face.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm here now. So now I like seeing it. But it's
yeah,
like they were going in a good marketing direction, and then I feel like it just stopped. Now, granted, some of the people that they sent up there left, and that sucked. Like they invested that money on these really good photo shoots and stuff like that, and then those people bounced. Like they just, I don't know. It's
but that leads into my next question. What do you guys think Mixer could have done better to survive, to kind of take hold of more than 3% of the market share? What do you think they could have done a little bit better?
I don't even know.
I think kind of advertising just at least something instead of people saying, "What's a mixer?"
Well,
that was the one thing.
There was so much that started to go wrong. I don't honestly feel like they could have handled fixing everything that needed to be fixed.
So I went to all 3 of the PAXs, and that's funny that Duke, you said that. What's a mixer? The first PAXs I went to, I was not a partner. Ninja wasn't a part of it, and hanging out at the Mixer booth, all I heard from people was just like, "What is Mixer? What game do you guys make?" Thinking they were a game development company because they had the Hype Zone stuff up, and everyone's like, "Do you make Fortnite? Like what do you?" What is your like? No, we're a streaming platform. But like the next PAX that I went to, after they did purchase Ninja, everyone was like, they knew who Mixer was. At least the people at PAX, the people in that realm knew who Mixer was. So it wasn't anymore. It wasn't hey, what's Mixer? Because I was actually at the partner booth, and like I was the partner they were asking questions. So you got like a bunch of trolls that came up. Yeah, you got a bunch of trolls that was just like, yo, where's Ninja?
Here?
Yeah.
Is he gonna be here? Yeah, that's all that was.
It was like, but then you also got like the people who actually wanted to ask questions who were from YouTube or Twitch that were just like, well, if I wanted to go about looking into partnership, how would I do that? So that was kind of cool. But in my opinion, I don't think they really took advantage of that at all. You know, like I think they could have done a million things, like Jules said earlier, with Minecraft Dungeons coming out. Why was Mixer not involved in that? And if Microsoft has the #1 like PC platform in the world, like they dominate that platform, why is Mixer not an app on PC? Why is that not?
They didn't push. I mean, any PC stuff. I mean,
nothing, man.
They pushed so much. Even every time we would ask about stuff, they wanted the Xbox, Game Pass games and things like that. And
in actual fact,
most of the people that I talk to, when you fill out those game surveys, people that put Xbox got a lot more opportunities than the people that put PC. I don't know anyone who was on PC that got like almost any of those things. They wanted you to play on Xbox.
Yeah.
Well, I think it had largely to do with Microsoft that didn't want to have Mixer on their computers, because I mean that's what I do for a living. I sell. It's like a Best Buy, and I saw all these computers that have Microsoft Windows on it. Why can't it have just a Mixer app on every single one of them? Done. There you go. What's Mixer? Just click on it. But I think they had such issues with it because it was what would happen is that the app wouldn't shut down. So when the app goes up, it would just sort of stay in the background. So whoever was featured was showing as a viewer. So it looked like its own bot. So I saw it one time when Covent didn't know what was happening, and it was his birthday stream, and he had over 15,000 people in his room. And he's like, what is going on? Chat was flying, but it was not 15,000 people. But that was the issue, is they couldn't get that app right where it wasn't going to show as someone wasn't really viewing, So I think they did try it, and then they tried it again before the Mixer shut down. If you noticed, a whole bunch of people had a whole bunch of... It looked like they were almost botted, these people. It was because once they got featured, and it was during a certain time, and they were testing something out, but now I have the idea that they weren't really testing things out. They were literally botting us because they needed to show that we had so many people in our chats, because they were going to move us on.
Yeah, what were you saying, Inviicta?
Oh, I was just saying that's crazy when he breaks it down like that. Like it puts things in perspective. Like, we really were just being presented as a nice little package, and it's gross.
Really
like
pretty.
Honestly, it's
yeah. But we heard from Duke and Ice. What do you think, Inviicta? What do you think Mixer could have done a little bit differently?
I think it comes down to marketing. I have a degree in marketing, and and very little experience with it. But I feel like even I could have done a way better job at advertising the site and getting our names out there, because it wasn't a lack of talent. I mean, there are so many talented content creators on the site. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that. It was that people didn't know about us. Like they didn't know. Yeah, like you said, what's Mixer? I don't get it. Like people never even heard of it. So I think that's a huge part of it.
Makes sense. What about you, Jules?
I mean, they could have, if Microsoft Points was going to be a thing, that would have been great if they did it like Twitch and they integrated it within your thing and said, hey, by the way, you've got some extra points. Do you want to drop a sub on that person?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they integrated
whatever.
it? Our subs would be going off the chain.
Yeah. I think there was a lot of awesome ideas that they did know of. But another thing that I think Mixer didn't have going for them was their incredibly small staff. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Mixer HQ. It's freaking the portion of the HQ they take up is incredibly small. For operating an entire platform.
Even within like our time and being there before this happened, there was a big layoff of a bunch of people before. They had already laid off a bunch of people before this happened in the first place.
But
they
shortly
shifted
after
people
E3.
around to jobs they didn't even really fit into, and like, so yeah, I can see the long-term investment thing and stuff like that. But it did suck because that was actually like literally right before the ninja thing. And so to see like some of like people like my friends that would come into my chat get laid off, and then a bunch of money being spent bringing some blue-haired guy over, it was annoying. It was very, very infuriating. Like we're
And this
trying
other guy
so.
with a deep voice.
All right, no, Shrouds, don't take my dad from me, please.
Shroud.
Oh man.
What about you, Jules?
Honestly, I don't know what Mixer could have done, man. I'm just so disappointed in that platform, to be honest. Discoverability was probably one of the biggest issues again with marketing. Like you would only know about Mixer if only as you were on Xbox or somebody told it to you. But like we didn't see advertisement on Twitter, we didn't see advertisements on Instagram and stuff like that. Hell, even Facebook. In reference to discoverability, like you can find Twitch practically anywhere. Shit, people who have a Tesla car can fucking watch Twitch from their cars.
Yeah.
So you can't watch it from your Google Chrome devices, your Apple Fire TVs, or whatever the hell. Like, there was no way to find out about Mixer. Like, there was no discoverability for us. So that was probably like the biggest issue. I think if there was ways for people to actually watch Mixer, I think that would have helped. On top of that, again, investing into the platform. Again, they put so much money into the streamers, Ninja, Shroud. I mean, I think Goth got a check, Ewok got a check. They're the other people that got one anyway. The fact that you laid off so many people, that money could have been put towards them, or even bringing on more staff, whatever the case may be, to help the platform. I think that's really what it was. It's just like they didn't invest in the platform. What they invested in just didn't work out for them. They should have invested into the platform. I think that would have seen some success. It may not have reached like that 50% they were looking for, but numbers could have been higher than 3% that you mentioned earlier. So, but hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think the whole gist of it is just anything. They just didn't do anything. Like after a certain amount of time, like just nothing was happening. It was stale for so long.
Too damn long, dude.
And me included in this, me absolutely included in this. I just had faith. I was just like, it's okay. Like Mixer's next big move is coming out. They've just been planning it. It's okay. Mixer's next big move is coming next week. Even Mallory, who knows nothing about this industry, was one day she was just like, you should get affiliated on Twitch just in case. And I was like, where's this coming from? And she's like, I don't know, just in case, go get affiliated.
The Xbox players watching each other. It wasn't. Well, it's like, why Mixer failed us, to know why it started. But you have to remember, it wasn't Mixer. It was Beam. Like, it started being an FTL interactive platform, and we did our best to do that. And like you said, like, a lot of like waiting on the next big move, like a lot of mine was just like, I'm doing okay and I'm working on bettering my stuff. So I just got so focused in on myself that I was like, that's fine. I'm not going to rely on you and your stability and your dumb stuff. I'm just going to fix what's going on over here in my house first.
Yep.
Not realizing my neighborhood was on fire.
Yeah. That was, exactly. I think that was for so many of us. Like I said, I was just like, we're doing great. Like, we can 100% move to this other apartment. like 100%. Like, we'll continue growing in our own respective homes, and we'll be fine. And that day, that was it. But the next I want to go, we'll go on a little bit of a happier note. Hopefully, how's the transition been for you guys? What have you guys been doing? How is it currently? The transition to Twitch, because all of you guys are on Twitch, and what's the plans moving forward? Are you guys gonna do anything different, or are you guys just gonna continue doing the same thing? We'll change it up here. We'll start with Jules, then Inviicta, Ice, and then Duke.
Way to put me on the spot there, bro. Well, for me, the transition, like I said before, I was already gonna move everything over. It's just kind of like went faster than planned because I wanted to change up overlays, change up scenes, come up with new material, especially because we started getting all those DMCA strikes and whatnot. I was just like, shit, I can't use certain music in my stream anymore. Hell, I can't even play music in my stream anymore. So I had to change up my formula and whatnot. But so far the transitions has been pretty chill, man. I mean, like, again, I do variety, and a lot of people like appreciate the fact that I'm playing different games. Like when I started doing retro recently, I've met so many awesome people, and people are appreciating the games that I'm playing. I'm seeing different content creators, people that I looked up to on Twitch. Like yesterday, Unileska, she's a big Final Fantasy fan, and she came into my stream yesterday, and I'm literally starstruck because I idolize her and whatnot. So her coming into my channel and hanging out with me and just vibing and whatnot, it was a really, really, heartwarming experience, man. So I don't know, man. Like, I'm actually happy here. Like, I have all the features that I've been asking for. Even though like low latency kind of sucks here just a little bit. I'm still used to what we had on Mixer, but it's still a decent platform. And dude, like the fact that I can play whatever the hell I want and not have to focus on, damn, I gotta play Apex today or something, or like my viewership's gonna drop or something. I don't have to worry about. I can play what I want. I can actually stick to PC gaming. You guys, some of you already know, like I'm big on Dead by Daylight, and like my community loves that game, but they want to see me play it on Xbox. I can officially say to them, dude, it's either PC or nothing at this point. Like, I'm so happy I don't have to play my Xbox no more. And then also the can I plays and do you play Fortnite and stuff like that? I don't see that anymore. I can literally just play what I want and not be tortured by blueberries, if anything. So I'm happy in my space. There's that for me.
That's awesome to hear, man. That's awesome. What about you, Vic?
For me, the transition, it was really scary because the reason I didn't start on Twitch is because it is such a bigger animal, I feel like, compared to Mixer. But then we were kind of forced to do it. And the good thing is that we were all forced to do it together. And I do feel like the Mixer community has stuck together really well. I'm seeing so many Mixer names in my channel every day. And that has really meant the world to me. And if anything, that has proven that it doesn't matter your follower count or anything like that. Like the numbers don't ultimately matter. It's the people behind the numbers. And, you always knew that before, but you didn't ever see it until you had to move platforms and start over. And then you can't help but it's in your face, so you see who's there and you see how strong your community is. And I've been just so happy by the crazy amount of support. So it went way smoother than I was expecting, but obviously also really scary. And we're just doing it one day at a time, and then throw the move in there, and I can't even stream on a schedule anymore. So it's like I'm hanging on, just trying to do it. And my community is like, don't worry, we're gonna be there for you, which I know they mean it, but also the other part of me is like, but I'm not here for you, because I'm doing all these other things. So I don't know. It's a crazy time, but it's been a good transition, and I think it's a blessing in disguise. I'm really happy with Twitch.
That's awesome to hear. I hope so. I hope it's a blessing, and I think it will be for most people. I mean, I've been in all your channels, and you're all doing really well. But do you guys, or Vic, since we're on you, do you have any like plans for changing anything, or are you gonna kind of continue down the same route, or?
I mean, I did. Right now I'm sitting in my living room streaming.
Yeah.
My internet speeds are terrible. I mean, like I have a 4 upload speed on the regular.
Oh no.
It is so bad.
Jeez.
So yeah, when I move, I am gonna have my own office. I'll have astronomical internet. I'll be able to upgrade my setup and things. So I mean, I feel like that will bring changes to my content in itself. Like just having the flexibility of being like, my internet can handle doing 2 things at once or whatever. So, and not being in the middle of the living room with, my whole family running around, like having my own private space to adjust things how I need to will be great. So yeah, there's changes coming. I just, I need to get there and get set up and make it happen.
Awesome. That's exciting. I'm also excited to move into Korea. I'm half Korean, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, I heard you saying that earlier.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm super excited about that. So I'll have to geek out in your channel sometime when you move over to North Korea about a couple things. But
yeah, I'll be DMing you for
one of
all
my
things
moderators is an American living in South Korea. He married a South Korean lady, and yeah, he's absolutely awesome.
Oh, Korea's
amazing. So I'll have to put you in touch with him as well.
But
that'd be awesome.
Moving on to that, what about you, Ice? How's the transition? What do you got plans in the future?
It's been really good. I mean, so I kind of, like I said, I was a little shaky already, and I had already hit affiliate numbers with streams just based off when Mixer FTL would go down. So I went ahead and applied for that like about 2 weeks before like the shutdown even happened. I was like, well, I mean, there's a button over there if you guys want to push it. It's not a big deal. And so when I switched over, I already had that, and it was nice. I mean, a good bit of like my regular community, we're all there. They like that they're getting notifications, which is awesome. It's great. And like as someone who plays Borderlands all the time, we have this really neat extension that we get to use now, and it's really exciting. And the Borderlands community and the Siege community have both like already like really accepted me, which is nice. Like we've already had a couple of just like, you know, Twitch natives come over and they'll raid and host and stuff like that, and it's nice. I will say, when it comes to a lot of the things, because I know Jules was talking about how people say, can I play all the time and stuff like that, and making that switch over to PC. The trolls over here are smarter. And I keep pointing that out. And they'll constantly, like, when I'm playing Siege, they're like, are you playing on console? Why are you on 60 frames? Like, dude, all right, calm down. No one on Mixer knew what that meant.
Yeah.
So it wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
And now they're like, excuse me, what's your deal? Like, I can't handle it. Look, my stuff's not that great. So now that was like one of the first things. I got that Twitch payment and I was like, all right, 144 monitor coming right up.
Nice.
So hopefully I can stop getting them calling me out on stuff, which will be nice. But yeah, we're just kind of continuing to go. Like I also had a moment when I was streaming yesterday, Jessgoat, who's one of the Siege commentators, like she just showed up in my channel and she was like, I can't get a game in on all servers, like talking about wanting to play with me. And I was like, dude, what? Calm down. I just got it. What? It was a very just like, I told her, I was like, I had anxiety about it. Like I got really just like mouth vomit, just ridiculous. I did not know what to say. But it's been really good so far.
Awesome.
I would really like one of those tick marks, please.
I mean, it's how long has it been for you since you applied?
Since the day it happened. I applied the day it happened.
Oh wow.
I was one of those dummies that waited a little bit, but you know.
I mean, you're not the only one, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What about
It's
you,
one of those
Duke?
now, like I don't like bringing it up very often, but like at the same time, if anyone out there is listening.
Yeah, dude, it like freaks me out though, because
I'll promote you so good. I'll get tattoos for you, baby.
I'll get that's coming up. I still got that written down, that question. But I've been the last couple days, I didn't know what a Twitch employee looked like in chat. I had no idea. And I had a couple of them in my chat over the past couple days. And then someone told me what they were, and I was like, I wish I knew. Like,
yeah, I
was
didn't know
just
what
like,
that little tool was. There was that little like spanner or something. I'm like, God,
Yeah.
why would someone have that picture on there?
yeah. So if anyone doesn't know,
One of my most embarrassing Mixer stories actually involves Matt, and it was like very early in my streaming career. Like, you know, we were growing pretty quickly and all that stuff, and I had already met James at the time, and especially because I play Age of Empires. Matt plays a lot of Age of Empires. I did the launch event. It was one of the first Mixer events that I ever did. And after that, he came over and someone typed in the chat and he said something. And I just remember going, how the hell? Because everyone was like trying to get their names and stuff like that. And to see just a like
Red.
4-letter name right there was kind of weird. And it was red. And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Like, I literally tried to call him out. I was like, how the fuck did you get that? And then he literally types into my chat, I made Mixer. And that's it. And I was like, I'm going to leave now. Okay, I'm going to set my computer on fire and I'm just going to go. I don't want to be here anymore.
Made Mixer.
I've got my own embarrassment, but I want to hear from Duke. What about you? How's the transition been? How's what you got going on?
It was rough. It was really, really rough. Like I said, I took it pretty hard. Didn't know whether I wanted to still be here or not, or do what I did. Just drop it and run kind of thing, you know. But probably since then, my anxiety has been flaring up like crazy. Obviously, too, because with COVID, it's really close to my house now. So it's to the point where I was like, don't worry about it, it's all good, to like it's now like almost at the doorstep. And you know, I'm wearing my wife actually made me a face mask that fits my beard in it, so it's like this huge one, and people are laughing going, oh, is that Versace or something, you know, because it's like, are you Gucci gang? So now I'm just wearing Gucci gang. But it looks really funny because it's got like these symbols on it. I like it, but it's my anxiety levels have just peaked, and I'm taking a little bit more time off. But what I've decided now is, I want to start creating events. I have to look forward to something. So that's what I'm looking for now. So with the Siege event, it went really well. That was really heightened anxiety to make sure that was done correctly, because that was so much. People don't realize how much work that was in that.
Can we talk
To
about
get
that
those
bomb ass
pieces-
trailer?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, that
So
So
trailer
good,
even-
dude. It was so good.
Dude, we put a whole day into that, and we couldn't believe this place, because the place we did it at is actually the biggest esport arena in the world, located half an hour away from me. So
Nice.
it's designed for that. And they were so like, oh no, you can film here. It was for free. They said, yeah, we just want to break up some of the monotony of people can't come in. So they just opened the stage up for us.
I was
I
gonna
mean, the
say,
person who
that-
was
they're not doing anything.
shooting it. Well, the person shooting it was the guy who did Dante's voice in DMC Devil May Cry. So
Ooh,
he's
nice.
shooting it. So he's shooting it and dude, we were having so much fun, and Marty's just crazy energy. I've known him for 16 years, but it was great to have that event. And so now I want to create we're actually, as you guys are probably hearing it the first time here, we are going to be creating a new event where we're going to get a few more voices in. We're going to try and get Ash and Caviera to join us as well. But and Ash is quite hard to get. If you don't realize, the person who does Ash's voice is also the person who does Link, the voice of Link in the latest Zelda, sorry, it's Link.
Okay.
Zelda in the latest Zelda game.
Wow.
Sorry, I was thinking about the game.
I was like, wow,
But,
that's some
yeah.
range right
So
there.
it's really hard. It's really hard to get a hold of her. But what we're going to do is actually make it into a massive charity. So a lot of the guys are actually buying Xboxes just so they can go in there, and they're actually going to sign the Xboxes and send it out to the people who win those prizes. So
Nice.
yeah, I know it's on Xbox, but a lot of these guys, they don't have big PCs. Don't look at me. I could just feel Ice's eyes right now, and I know she's just like, why are they playing PC? But Xbox is the easiest way I can get them all together, because to get a crazy good PC, it's really difficult. But I think that from that, we're going to make it into a big charity event, and then I've got to think of something else, and now I've got to think of something else, and I want to work with more content creators, and like for instance, Catrez. Some of you guys, Jules knows Catrez. Wonderful couple. I said, hey, you know what? Let's do a Halo battle. Your crew versus my crew. Let's just do it. But I need to look forward to something like that. Otherwise, it's going to become monotonous and the same thing over and over and over again. I'm just going to get lost in it. So I think for me, it's I'm not content. I need to grow.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's what's going to come from me. So I'm always thinking of the next thing.
Okay. That's awesome to hear. That you got to give yourself something to work towards. But I do.
Very.
So Inviicta actually has to leave in like 10 minutes here. So
Yeah.
I got just a few things for Inviicta here. There's a couple questions that like people on Twitter or chat have given to me, so I'm just kind of spitfire them at
Oh
you.
my gosh.
All right, ready?
Start Twitter mute now.
Oh, this could be
So we'll start with top 3 moments on Mixer. Go.
Top 3 moments. Okay, so definitely the first one that comes to mind is when I did the charity stream with Psycho Plays. That was when I was like relatively new to Mixer. That was such a blast and just such an honor to work with somebody like Psycho Plays. That's like everybody's bucket list, I feel like, maybe. I don't know. Let me see.
He was
That's
actually
like
on
the
last
number one. And then obviously when I got my partner email, that was incredible. Because I didn't think I would get it. I really didn't. And even when I got it, it had a spelling error in it. So I was like, someone's messing with me.
That's about right.
Oh no.
And I didn't. And I also got that email at 11 o'clock at night. Like, I don't know why I keep getting all these, I guess this time zone thing just really scared me up because I didn't sleep that night. And I was just trying to figure out if someone was messing with me or if it was real.
I How was getting
I
your
don't
second
know.
partnership letter?
That was totally crazy and totally unexpected also. So I don't know. This whole streaming adventure has been full of surprises and like a total roller coaster. And I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's kind of
It's
how it goes.
yeah. I don't know. And then I
Um,
don't really have a third top highlight or anything. I mean, every time I hit the go live button, it seems like something totally crazy happens. I mean, my community is next level crazy in a good way. I love you
Yeah.
guys.
Good.
So
that's a
yeah.
I mean, that's a testament to community to make you every morning super anxious to hit that go live button.
Yeah, I mean, I
So,
can be like, I'm not even in the mood and like hit go live, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, this is the craziest day of my life. So I
yeah.
love them.
Like I can imagine a bunch of us were terrified to hit go live on Twitch after this whole thing, and just like I don't know if I can continue. But then you think of like the people in your chat, your community, and you're just like, the only thing that's gonna make me feel better right now is them. So I gotta put it out there and I gotta hit go live. But what's the biggest thing you learned that you're gonna take with you from Mixer shutting down? What's just one thing? It doesn't need the biggest. From Mixer shutting down, you moving to Twitch. Say you could go back to old you and tell yourself something. One thing that you wish you knew besides Mixer shutting down. What would you bring over?
Well, I mean, the obvious one of don't put all your eggs in one basket, but also like your personal relationships are so much more important than numbers or like getting caught up in. I feel like a lot of people worry making connections with others. They're like, well, they're probably just using me, or they just, I'm partner, so they want to be my friend because of that or whatever. I feel like a lot of people get caught up with that and it hurts them. Like you can't look at people like that. You have to treat them, you have to give them benefits of the doubt and take risks. Like you're not losing anything by being nice to somebody else.
Yep.
If anything, you're building a relationship that's mutual and that carries on beyond streaming. So I don't know. That's my takeaway is that I've met some really amazing people. And if I just went around thinking, oh my gosh, everyone's trying to be my friend because of this or whatever, then I would lose out on all of those relationships. So that's my takeaway.
That's a really good insight. I think that's awesome for streamers because a lot of, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a lot of streamers after years and years of being in the business kind of get jaded, I guess is the right word for it. They get a little bit of jaded. And they do have that mindset where
right. And I know that like you were saying, you're always a very optimistic, like you thought Mixer was going to work out and stuff. I mean, that was the same way. And I like to be very optimistic with that. And maybe I'm a bit naive too, but I mean, I feel like ultimately if you are being a nice person, you're going to end up getting burned a lot less than if you just go around thinking or assuming the worst of everyone.
Absolutely. I mean, we're all
like,
streamers.
What's the worst? You're nice to someone and then they were a jerk. Okay, I mean, who cares? You move on and you're nice to those who are nice to you.
Absolutely, I agree with that. I mean, we're all streamers. Like, you can't go around thinking everyone's there to stab you in the back. You're there to develop relationships. It's literally what you do. Let me see. All right, so one question that I did get from Mixer, I guess since you're a partner, you could do squad streams, but co-streams. Do you miss co-streams?
I don't at all. I never like co-streams, like because Mixer was so unstable all the time anyway, and then throw a co-stream in there and everything is breaking and people are sending embers, you don't know who they're for. My mods are setting up bot commands that are hilarious, but now they're also getting set up in this other person's stream. Like it was a mess. So I never really did those. I mean,
good. Yeah, I have the same view. I had my last co-stream messed up my stream for an entire week, and I couldn't stream because I was stuck. Oh my gosh! Yeah, and I was like, never again. All right, very last question, I promise. If there's anyone in specific that helped you out over the past few, you can tell them right now. Be like, hey, thank you so much. This is who they are. Shout them out. Anyone in the past that has really inspired you or helped you, whether it's a mod or whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh, I was really hoping you wouldn't ask me this question because there's too many people.
Then just,
and in different ways. Like if I say one person, it doesn't, I don't know. It's really hard for me to answer that question. Seriously.
It's okay. Then just be like my community, my chat. They're great.
Yeah, I guess if I were to narrow it down to a specific group of people, it would be my mods. I'm very picky about who I mod, and they're not just my mods, they're my for real friends. And I trust them with so much. So I could not do this without them. Like whenever I was applying for partner on Mixer, I mean, I sounded probably like a crazy woman because I needed to organize everything and I needed these things, like, very selfishly, I needed them because I needed to get partner. And it's not I don't know, I guess it's not easy for mods who are already doing this work for free to be like, okay, we're gonna help you with this, and like they calm me down. And they really, I got partner because of my mods. They were there every day, and they were, when chat was slowing down, they would jump in there and keep the chat going. And I don't know, so they bring out the best in me, and they put up with me when I get crazy.
That's awesome to hear. Yeah, I've been in. I've
real
been,
mods out there.
Oh, absolutely. I've been in your chat a lot. They do a great job of keeping chat going, welcoming people, because you play COD, which is a super high intense focused game. And every time I go in your chat, if I say anything, like I'll get like 3 mods be like, "Hey, what's up, Troy? Hey, dude, how's your day? What's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is great." So that's a testament to your mods and your community. But
they
that's
are
awesome.
the best.
Oh, wow.
So.
But thank you for coming on, Inviicta. I appreciate it a lot. I'm sorry it went a little bit long for you. Hopefully it didn't keep you from anything.
No, that's okay. I honestly wasn't even planning. So this is my last weekend here in my house, where we have the movers coming on Monday. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this interview, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the evening packing up all my stuff. Well, here I am starting the interview, and my girlfriends come in, and they're like, "We're going to take you somewhere." And now I'm like, "What the heck? This is my last chance to go somewhere with them." Here, I want you to see. You guys can say hi and bye with me. So they're also learning. They don't understand what streaming is.
I kind of understood it now. I'm watching now. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go, enjoy my last little weekend here with them before I move across the planet. And thank you so much for having me on the show. And guys, thank you for everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Have an awesome day.
Thank you.
Treat her well. She just went through a traumatic experience.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, there's my baby. Goodbye.
Oh,
Bye.
There's a lot going on here. I love you guys. Bye.
Jeez.
Yeah, guys, that was Inviicta. Oh God, that just wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Duke.
I knew this would do
Whoa.
this.
Oh no!
I knew this would do this.
Woo!
Whoa, this is my fault.
Whoa!
But that was Inviicta, guys. If you don't know
It's like
Inviicta,
right on your
Like a giant forehead.
Duke, look, you no longer have baby hands.
Wait, I'll put my hands up here. I'll put my hands up to the top. It looks like I got big hands. Look, that's brilliant.
Lord.
I'm staying like this.
Jules isn't even here.
Dude, I gotta like.
It's
Jules'
like-
head up,
Jules'
like-
head's. Jules, what are you doing down there?
Jules gonna start like standing on his chair just to like get up there.
Oh, I was thinking, I was like, when she leaves, it might mess up. I was like, oh man, I made new assets and everything. It'll be
See,
fine.
now you get to be in the 4th one.
Yeah,
Jules is just gonna have his own little thing down here. He's gonna be.
dude, I'm just like right here.
Oh, good lord.
Checking out. Oh, there he is.
All right, but while I'm fixing you guys, since the only person they can
Yeah.
really see is Duke. Top 3 mixer moments. Go.
Top 3 mixer moments. One would have to be obviously getting partnership. It's always going to be one of the biggest things. Like, I can't believe I'm going to be partner. So that one's pretty. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of us. It's the same, but a lot of it. Geez, what would be? It's hard to put as you say as a moment.
Mm-hmm.
One of it has to be, and I'm not going to go too far into detail of it, was the bushfire relief charity stream, which was really difficult for me to do. I don't think people realize how difficult it was, because I love my country, and to see it on fire, and to see 2 billion animals completely gone, species gone, people gone. It was a really bad thing to go through. And I think when people came together, I think in a stream we raised, I think it was almost $7,000, and every dollar counted. And I think that was a huge moment of, wow, like people really cared, because when Australia is always there, and we're very proud people, and we don't like to ask for help, and people were there to help, and it was really nice. That was probably one of my proud moments, to be there as a part of it.
I love you for that, by the way.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. But other than that, moments I would have to put just jam it all into one. As I've had so many great moments with so many people, and I've had so many like I would feel as lifelong friends.
Yeah.
Brandon,
I'd have to gather it
can't leave.
all. I had to gather it all up together because as Mixer made friendships, Mixer made family, and it was really good.
They were
You know,
really good.
we've shared
about it.
everything together. You know, ups, downs, lefts and rights, and it was we came through. I think with at least that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that's one of the common things I think we'll hear is like Mixer's biggest thing was always community, and anyone that ever came over and experienced anything about Mixer, they're always like, wow, they've got a great community over there. But what about you, Ice?
So I wouldn't necessarily say like my partnership was unexpected. I was literally, it was 4 days before PAX South. I kind of just applied as a joke. I mean, that was when requirements were very low. And so I was like, you know what? I hit it and I do something different. And they were like, I just go for it. It's fine. And I found out I actually was going on a trip with my family a couple days before. And so I was in the car and I found out I got it. And I was like, shit. Okay. So I had one stream before South, and then I went on vacation right after that until South, and I got back and went down there. No one even knew I was a partner yet. So I was just kind of like in there, and I had the badge, like when they gave us the partner badges, and they're just like, "Who did you steal that from?" Like, "Fuck you, guy, it's mine." So that was fun. No, I think one of my first biggest ones has to be the trip to New York, because it was just the coolest thing. Like, you know, being sent. It was my first time in New York, being sent all the way across the country. Like, I'm just a little Texas girl, and they put me on a plane and set me up. I was so high. I was right next to Times Square. Like, the only thing that did suck was they sent me a day before. They let everyone else stay a day after. Like, they got there on the event and stayed after. I got there a day before and had to leave right after. So that kind of sucked. But actually, Zune Girl, like, she was a really big help when it came to all that. That's when I first, like, really met her. And she made that whole experience, like, so great. And I had such a good time. And there was just so much, like, Mixer energy in there, too. Like, it was awesome. Being in that studio was so cool because I felt like a professional. Like, I'm there to play Age of Empires. Like, it's, you know, we were just hanging out, and it was just a really, really good time. And meeting new people that I, you know, wouldn't have probably met outside of all of that. Like, I met people that I still talk to. I met Tabs, who was worked on the production team and stuff, and now, like, every, you know, event I try and go find her, because, like, it's fantastic. Like, I love them so much. And so yeah, that was a really good one for me. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
I think
tough.
E3 was a big thing because you dream of, like, especially as gamers, like, we watch E3 every year. You're waiting to see what's coming out next.
Yep.
You know, you're trying to figure it out. Because my husband didn't have tickets, but I did, so I was, like, waiting in line, and I remember finding Quan and Jules in them, and I was like, cool, I'm sticking with you guys. I just, like, joined in up on the group. We're standing outside in the sun, but, like, it didn't even matter because, like, I was about to go in to the Xbox showcase. Like, I watch this thing all the time, and the Bethesda showcase was another one that, like, I'm a huge Bethesda fan, so, like, just sitting in that, you know, stadium, even though, like, not a good time to be a Bethesda fan at all.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but, like, still really excited to just be there and see it in person was a really cool. It was so neat to do those things and, like, you know, say that I got to go and I got to be there. It's the traveling really
that was
is
the
what
first
what
time
does it
you
for me.
That's the first time you called me a 16-year-old girl, wasn't it?
Probably.
Because I like to have Bud Lights. I took Bud Light and I said, I like this.
He was
What are you,
constantly,
16?
yeah. Bud Lights everywhere.
Ooh.
I remember because we kept getting the because they had alcohol down at the bottom that we kept.
He
He's
likes
bringing Bud Lights,
Nice.
going, this is amazing.
he likes Bud Lights because he has smaller cans for his tiny baby hands. He can
I
move
will
and grip them. So,
I don't have baby hands. Look.
All of my like favorite events are actually like when I get to go see people because like
yeah.
Yes.
I love events. I love traveling
Mhm.
and I love it's such a like rewarding experience to be around a bunch of other creative people and like you're all like-minded and we have kind of the same goals in different directions, but like it's you feed off of that energy from each other. Like you really surround yourself. And I think that's like the biggest thing too. Like you don't just surround yourself with, the cool kids and stuff like that. Like you surround yourself by people who are going to better you.
Mhm.
And I like to think I did that. Like they inspire me to do other things and then they'll tell me, I don't know why, but that I inspire them to do things and like it's great. It's awesome. I love it.
It's
I
good to
love
hear.
it.
I know. We'll get live events back soon, hopefully. We'll Mixer will be all over TwitchCon at that point. We'll be all over.
Oh
there,
my
but,
God. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be exciting.
People used to say that even before then when it came to the events. They're like, dude, but over like the energy over there at the partner booth is insane, and they're not wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've said that, but
Crazy.
I'm making a bid for all of us to go to Amsterdam. I just said we're going to Amsterdam. That's
Oh,
all I want
God.
to go.
I don't think any other country is gonna let any Americans in at this point. We are not handling this shit well.
Oh, they
No,
already
not at
X'd a bunch of our passports out. Like our passports only go to like what 20 countries now, something like that.
That
25?
sucks.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway,
I just
what
got updates on my passport too. I was like, what are we gonna do with this?
What about you, Jules?
Well, just like everybody else's answer here, getting partnership, man. That was probably like one of my biggest exciting moments. I mean, outside of coming to the platform and making friends and whatnot. I tell the story all the time. Like Ty Lue and Lay Down Clown were the reasons why I stuck with the platform, but Ty Lue was the reason why I even applied for partnership. I didn't even want it. I didn't care for it. And I remember when I got my first denial letter, I was like, okay, now you bastards piss me off. Cause like normally I don't take no like too kindly. But it put a fire in me. And I was like, well, you know what? Because of this, I'm going to show you guys that I'm worthy of being partner and playing games like Zelda and Final Fantasy, showing that I can do it. Like if you can maintain 60 to 100 people while you're playing A Link to the Past or the original Final Fantasy, you're doing something. So being able to do that, especially at the time when they wanted us to have like 50 concurrent viewers and whatnot, like that was a trying moment for me. So being able to achieve that on my own, that was spectacular for me. The next would be E3. Like Rocker said, man, like we dreamed of this stuff as kids. And I mean, I'm 33 years old, man. I've been watching like E3 events since they started. And like one of my biggest things I remember when I was a kid, I was like, dude, when Halo 2 released, I was like, one day I'm going to be there. I don't know how I'm going to do it. There's some way, somehow I'm going to get into the gaming industry and like actually go see this event. And sure enough, like it became a reality for me. Like I didn't have to become a game designer or an artist or anything. Like all I had to do was play video games and do what I love most. And I'm here. Like I'm in the same room as Phil Spencer and fucking Keanu Reeves. That blew my mind when he came to
Keanu
the stage,
Reeves.
dude. Like I couldn't believe it. Me and Quan like are sitting next to each other, just like blown away with what's going on around us, man. And you've seen all the lights.
It's a very
stuff going
loud
on.
corner of the auditorium.
Yeah, for sure, man. Oh my god, like it was just crazy. And then I've never flown to the West Coast before, outside of going to Seattle, but going to LA for the first time, that was like amazing for me. And just seeing like what our hard work got us to, that just blew my mind, man. Like I was speechless for it. The third thing though, I mean, outside of building a great community, I think I made one of the greatest friendships on here, and that has to go to my brother Quanticus, man. Like me and him talk pretty much daily, dude, and like he's helped me out a lot
That's great.
with a lot of the stuff that I've been going through with the platform and just like day-to-day life stuff. And like me and him can practically talk about anything. He is truthfully like someone I can call family. And I don't like, I have friends, but it's crazy. It's the people that like, you got blood relatives and whatnot, you expect them to be close. Me and Quan are just like that. I mean, this is someone we don't know each other like well, we know each other now like perfectly, but I've never had a relationship like this with anyone else. So like I'm very grateful that I have him in my life, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. So yeah, those are my top three: E3, getting partnered in, and befriending someone that I truthfully love. All homo.
All of it.
That's awesome to hear, man.
It's so hard to like explain some of the connections that you make, like
Yeah,
with
man.
this, because you don't expect it to happen. Like I had things happen in my life I did not expect to happen, and the first people to step up were people like Duke. People like I had so many, like even my mods were like most of my mods were like so helpful. And they helped me through things I didn't think I could make it through. And we're better for it now, and that's it's so. I wish I could just scoop them all up, but we're so far apart, and that's what sucks even more. I think that's why events mean so much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a hugger.
Of the world.
See everything, being able to like see your mods and like, it's great.
I came to the
We all
States
know which
4
mod.
times. 4 times I came to the States last year.
Look, sometimes being nice to people doesn't pay off. All right, fuck that guy.
What? Everyone on the internet isn't totally kind and genuine? What?
Oh man.
No, I felt a little unwholesome because I was like, yeah. Well, instead, like, one of the things that I've learned is building armor, and maybe not like don't expose yourself completely, because you can. Like, this is still a business and stuff, and friends and relationships are awesome, but you also need to protect some of your stuff.
Yeah.
Because I could have lost a lot just to some.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't get it together.
Yeah. Last year I got hit with over $2,000 in chargebacks.
Oh
like,
my god.
From someone that like I knew every single day, but like just when COVID hit and they lost their job, that was an option, and they took it real quick. So yeah, it happens, but fortunately it's not the common scenario, and usually it only happens once to us, and then we learn and adapt from there. But yeah, like you guys say, I can't wait for the live events. If I meet any of you guys, I'm a hugger, so I'll meet all you guys. Dukey's a little bit difficult to hug because you got to bend down so low, but everyone else though, yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
That's why I want him to grow a beard so I can just grab on and just start just climbing him, But I loved meeting Troy though. Like Troy, I didn't realize how tall you were, dude. Like that's a funny thing about conventions is realizing how tall or short people are. I mean, I'm about 5'11", right? So, but when you start seeing other people coming in, and they're like, most people are pretty much 5'2" to 4. I find there's a lot of small streamers I've noticed. really, really short. really short, like IceRocker. But you really.
They pulling out my ID at the DMV and gave me an extra inch. It says I'm 5'4". Bless you.
It only cost an extra $50. That's it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I was like, before the first event that I went to, like me and Gemini, like we used to talk all the time because like wasn't a lot of Fallout players and stuff like that, and so we would stick together a lot. And I just remember meeting him for the first time, and he was like a fucking skyscraper compared to me. I felt like such a child, like between Covent and like Jared and all these people that I normally hang out. Like I hang out with trees. They're just trees.
I actually met I think I met Mosen. Yeah, I met Mosen at PAX South for the first time. And I didn't even realize that until I went into your chat and I was like, hey, that little picture, I recognize your face. Where do I know that face from? Actually, the funny story is we met each other at this partner event. I forget what the event was. Mosen, help me out if you remember who was hosting that event. But Mixer and their family friendly versus teen levels versus 18 plus, all that kind of thing. Luckily, we don't have to deal with that anymore. But we're at this event for partners. I had just submitted my partner application, and this event has a bar, and it's open bar. You can go up and you can drink whatever you want. There's snacks and stuff. So I'm at the bar, and I get a couple shots, and I get a couple drinks, and because I get a couple people back there, and I look over at chat, and I'm talking to some of the people in the chat because they recognize me. Mixer's a small world, and I look down, and it says family friendly on the on the chat, and I'm like, with 2 shots in my hand, and I'm talking to chat. Like the camera is on the bar, facing the bartender with family friendly, and I'm like, my partner application is screwed. I just put it right down and go talk to the guys. But oh, dude, I miss the PAXs regardless of that. Like, it was so much fun. It was for the first time like that I actually met people in real life, and I love how like freaking awkward everyone is together because we're all so used to talking over like a chat, and and you find out everyone's just as awkward as you. Like, don't worry about it. Like, just go. Like, everyone's gonna be awkward for the first like 3 minutes, and then you're fine. You're acting the same way you do in chat. If you guys have never been to an IRL meetup like PAX, or I guess now TwitchCon or GCX, go to one. It'll change your life.
I think the good thing about being over on Twitch now too is like Twitch has a lot of really good local groups that you can find. Like Texas Twitch does a lot of really awesome just like dope bar meetups and stuff like that, and they'll like bring people out, and you know it's really nice. I've been to a couple of them. They actually were very open when we went to it was RTX or South by Southwest. It was in Austin, and they actually invited all of the Mixer people to this like Twitch stream up thing, and they were so nice. They were so awesome, and it's very accepting. So if you're in the Twitch community now, look up groups in your area.
Yeah, absolutely.
After COVID, obviously.
And actually, Jules, speaking of E3 and your first E3 you watched beginning about Halo, Porsche's in the chat. You guys gonna be watching that new Halo reveal in a couple days here?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
Probably gonna leave it at
that. I'm super excited for it. I can't wait for that stuff. I feel bad for them though, because E3 got shut down this year.
Ryan's
and
got
that was like
Fable. That's all I want to see.
That was like their Super Bowl hype. You know, E3's like their Super Bowl. But before we get to the closing comments, I do want to know, and everyone was asking me about this before too, Duke and IceRocker. What are you gonna do with those tattoos you got going on for Mixer?
So many people have been constantly asking. I remember somebody posted about it too on Twitter, and I literally just remember like commenting on that because it was like oh, imagine getting a Mixer tattoo, and I was like, that's not nice.
You know what though? That was actually more of a push from me though. I said to Ice, I'm gonna get one. And if you get one with me, I'll pay for it.
Knowing damn well, we were literally just sitting at a bar, and he's like, I'll buy. And I was like, oh, when you put it that way, let's go.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
What are you guys going to do with them? Are you going to change it anyway? Or are you going to leave it as it is?
I definitely don't. We decided covering it up is dumb. Like, there's no way. Like, it's never going away. And, it's just like everything that we created over there, like, you're not just covering it up with your Twitch stream. You're learning from it, and you're taking from it, and you're extending it just somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think we should get Twitner partner badges, but that was also when I thought that my partner badge would show up soon. So maybe when that happens,
it's gonna happen. We know it.
But yeah, I was the same. I believe for me, I mean, I've got I don't know, people have seen my arm before, but I've got like pop culture references. I've got like the Goonies here.
It is a good pop culture reference now.
I've got Goonies.
I got anime sparkles around mine. So, like I got little sparkles on either side.
But I look at it as, and I see it every day, and I see it as where I started. That's where I started. That's where I built. That's what I built. And that's how I see it. It's never going to change that. It's going to grow from there. I mean, I remember when I saw that on Ice's Twitter, and she says, "Wow, what am I going to do with this now?" Like, you're almost like attacking the tattoo.
I was so, and people started donating money to me with like the messages like, here's your money, go get it, go get whatever you need done. Like they were so worried about me.
But
And I was like,
I was like,
just
don't
making
you
a
fucking
joke.
change it.
It's okay.
Don't you fucking I was like almost mad. I was
He
like,
did. He
don't you fucking
DM'd me and
change
was
it.
like, you can't get rid of it. Don't do it.
You cannot get rid of that.
I was like,
So
okay.
so then next minute I'm in Ice's stream and she's like, so anyway, Duke, it's my turn now. So next
I have to
event
pay for
we're
this
getting
one.
a Twitch
It'll
tattoo.
be easy.
So yeah, so just to add to it.
I love that response though, because like I said earlier, before a lot of people are like getting rid of their Mixer merch or burning their Mixer merch, and I'm like, I don't. Mixer is still like Mixer was amazing to us. We built something amazing, and it's still here. Yeah. It's just on a different URL. And if you're just going to burn and forget about everything you had and all those wonderful people that were there and that awesome community, like that's on you, man. You know, like I know where I came from. I'm gonna embrace it. I'm gonna 100%. Love it. Like every time I wear that Mixer shirt on stream, I get shit all day. They're like, bro.
I wear that hat constantly. The gray one, dude. I don't care what you say. That gray hat's still my favorite. I'll wear it. And it's right across the top.
I even get people going like, "Yo, so you not getting that new Xbox, right?" I'm like, "No, like,
I'm still gonna buy it."
No, not at all. Like, I still love what I love, and I have my community, like everything to show for where I came from Mixer. You know, like and. I'd love to hear what you got to say on this, Jules, but like, that's where we came from.
Yeah, man, I agree. Like, well, when it comes to those two, to be honest, looking back on it, the tattoos, honestly, that's something you can like when you show your character. Oh, what is that? Oh, that was when I used to be with this awesome ass platform. It died, but hey, it's a memorabilia thing for you. So something you can tell to them.
I just think it's more interesting. I mean, people don't really realize this about Jules. Is he's actually got a beam tattoo on his ass. But he doesn't really talk about
it. Last Quan, don't worry.
Yeah. Oh my god. Where is he at right now?
Well, ask Quan. That just registered for me.
Oh my goodness.
I like Troy's just like, this is interesting. It's information I didn't realize.
Like,
yes, when will this picture come out? Show me your ass.
Oh
all right, Duke. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to room with you when we go to GCX anymore. I don't know if I feel it.
Oh my god, it's so doing that.
I
said that. I said me, you, Black Label. There's gonna be so much fart smell. It's gonna be amazing.
Oh, but I've kept you guys here for what 9, 10, oh god, 2.5 hours. So just same thing as I said with Inviicta. Like, is there anyone that you want to really shout out before we close this up? And also, please, anyone in the channel or anyone here, if you guys can, if you know anyone that was affected by the abuse or anything recently, please let me know in DMs or on the notification channel. If you want to be anonymous, it doesn't really matter. Just let me know. We have this like love bomb that we can drop on someone, and I really want to make sure it goes to the right place. But if you guys have anyone that you want to really give thanks to or anything like that, even if it's multiple people, go for it. Now's your time. Let's start with Duke.
Mine would have to be, well, like anything, it is a given. My mods have always been there for me no matter what. A couple of my OGs, especially Dead Spec. Dead Spec to me has been, being ex-military, he has almost militarized my mods to the point where he is head mod. He chooses the next mod. They all listen to him, and he's just constructed this. Even though he can't be in the streams as much, he organized my Discord like almost militarizes it to the point like, okay, well, let's do this and organize this. Let's talk about this, and he gathers the mods up and he makes them a family as well. And I think that's my mods are like family to me. But if I'm going to shout out someone in particular, and it's just so good that they're actually also in this chat too. But the two people that are with me right now, IceRocker and Jules, I have a tremendous amount.
You said chat. I looked over at chat.
I mean chat. I mean in this chat. In this chat. But these people here are an inspiration to me. If I'm in their streams just lurking or having personal chats with them. And Jules, I've talked about you time and time again, how creative you were, and you really, you drove me to be a better content creator, and I appreciate for that. And IceRocker, our friendship, it's awesome. We've talked nonstop about different things, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, to have that as family, you know. So
Love
that's
you,
me.
man.
Yeah, I love you too, man.
My dog is crying.
You still got baby hands though.
I really wish Troy was better.
I do too. To be fair, I do too. I do too. So, what about you, Ice?
Obviously the mod community is dude, I definitely couldn't. If I tried to remotely tell my mods what to do, I'm pretty sure they would just overthrow me and take everything and run. So good on you for doing that. But like we actually, the day that we had a mod meeting, and it sucked because we were going to talk about just kind of transition stuff and where we wanted to take it just as a team, and then it turned into, well, fuck, we're going. What do we do now? And like they've always been super helpful, not only just me, but to each other. It's great. Like we come from all different walks, and I think that's what makes it such a good team, is we balance each other out really well. We don't all believe in the same thing. Like we're definitely scattered out there and stuff, and we can still come together, and it's very inclusive and stuff. But I 100% think that obviously G-Flow is my biggest. I preach on this man all the time. He helps me with everything. There's never been a time where he hasn't stepped up to like do something, and it's incredible. And also COVID. I had I actually, the day before it happened, I messaged Covent because I was like, dude, this is I'm so upset and I don't know what to do. And we spent like a good like DM talking about, and he still sold me on this platform, and like we built this. It's our communities. Like do this for your community if you don't do it for anyone else. And I've always tried to like stick to that and believe in that and keep going. And so yeah, definitely Covent and G-Flow are big for me.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
Oh man.
I feel like at this point, just that's my husband's more on Duke's side now as well. Everyone's just taking him.
Oh my goodness.
What about you?
He
Jules?
will literally, like, as soon as Duke shows up in the channel, he'll come from like, I can hear his footsteps through the house. I'm like, oh, here he comes.
Every time, it's a thing. It's like he comes in and
Wow,
goes,
thank you.
Duke,
Here he is.
yeah. Wow. He always comes in and says, Duke nasty. And I go, Matsticles. Matsticles.
No,
Oh
my
my
whole
goodness.
community is basically at this point just integrated into my family. You know, they all know him. My kids are always in and out of here. There's just, as a parent, it's so hard to keep them out of this. And luckily, like, my mods are very good about, you know, if anything gets kind of crazy and stuff, they can shut that down. Also, my dog, shout out to my dog. Look at you. Yeah, look
Aw.
at you.
Oh, so cute.
I moved her bed. She's mad.
Oh, the cleanup.
Oh.
Clean up that I
No.
We moved apartments. Nari is pissed.
Oh man.
She hates it.
If they
but-
lose their area, like that's a big thing.
Yeah. But what about you, Jules?
For me, my community, man. Like honestly, I don't even just say my community. I think just the Mixer community as a whole. Like this whole transition for all of us has been hard, but to see how everyone uprooted themselves to transition over to Twitch, although it was quite difficult, we all stuck by one another and helped make that transition a lot easier for each and every one of us. I'm pretty sure everyone on their day one stream, again, we were all nervous. We didn't know what to expect, but the fluctuation of love that everyone received that day was very impactful. And it just, in a sense, I want to say it gave everyone hope and, you know, put a fire in everyone to like just keep pushing, man. Although like one journey ended, a new one's beginning. And to be honest, like I'm very grateful for what I have. I've made some great relationships with people. I mean, Rocker, Duke, yourself, Quan, Miss Fun Size, the list goes on, man.
I'll never forget our pirate cosplay stream.
That was the best. We had so much great times on Mixer, man. And it's just, it sucks that it's gone. You know, you asked me about like, what was I like with merch and everything. I plan on taking like my hoodie and framing it, man. That's like a jersey to me, to be honest, man. It was something that I achieved, and I'm grateful for it. And I want to show it off, man. And with everything that has happened with Mixer, it's sad, but I'm happy that I made an awesome impact on the platform, and the people that came with us, I'm happy to have them. And I'm looking forward to what the Mixer family is going to do here on Twitch. And something was said earlier about us moving over here, us being the underdogs. A lot of things were said about us as Mixer streamers. We were looked down a lot, and now that we're over here, I feel some people feel threatened. I also feel like some people don't think we're going to make it on here, but you know what? We're definitely going to shine on here, and it's either we work together or we're going to work against them and show off what we can really do. That's my whole insight on it, man. So here's to the best of Mixer people, man. Like, this is us, man. We're here to do it. We're here to win.
I love that. I love that so much. I love it.
See, look how inspirational he is.
Yeah.
He's like a messiah or something. Look at this man.
Oh my God, no.
Look at him. Great speeches. Look at him. He's a handsome man. Look at this
Thank you, man. I got to start my beard over, dude.
I know.
Just borrow Duke's.
I know. I would love to, man. He has this whole Viking thing going on.
Dude.
You mean what Stormbreaker told me? I'm a thought trapped in a Viking's body.
Oh yeah.
I've actually got merch that says that now.
Wow.
I love it.
That's right. I got you.
Big
GCX.
Viking
I'm rooming with him.
now.
He'll wake up. It'll just be bald. I'll give you his beard in a Ziploc bag. It'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, which one? Oh, right, my face. Yeah, that's fine.
I gotta go. My mom called.
But I mean, just to close, like, these 4 people. Don't forget, Inviicta was here. She's amazing. Like, she's an inspiration to so many. But the 3 people that are here, I have like personally impacted me so much streaming wise. Like Duke, obviously, first impression of Mixer. He's been an amazing friend. He's he's one of the main reasons I'm here. Like, he's been an amazing friend, an amazing inspiration, and he's every time I've ever had a question, like in DMs, Duke will be like, "Yeah, let's set up a time. I'll call you and I'll tell you whatever you need to know." Like, he's always there. Ice, ever since I've met you, you have forced me to be a better streamer. Every time I'm in your stream,
That sounds so
like,
bad.
no, it's great. It's great because like
God.
because I'm in your channel and everything is so much better than mine, and I'm like, I need to be better. Like, everything's so clean and crisp, and
We're gonna work on that setup, son. I got you.
Oh, dude, so much. I like everything. I look up to you so much, Ice. Like, your community, like your mods, everything you've built. It's when I think of like a stream that I want mine to look like eventually, yours 100% comes to mind. So thank you for everything you've done. And then Quan, I've told you this before, but I've secretly looked at, like, oh gee, Jules, I've told you this before. Dude, I'm still stuck on that comment about the butt tattoo and you and Quan, man. It's just like, it's stuck in my head now. But I've looked up to you, Jules. So many questions about that. I've looked up to you, Jules, since that Halo event. Like, you had no idea who I was, but like,
no,
I've like looked up to you since then.
He just said no. So
well, yeah, dude, I'm
oh
awkward
God.
in person. I didn't say a word to this man. I just sat in the freaking audience and like listened to what he had to say. And like I said before, you were someone in my head that I was like, I'm watching this guy, I'm taking notes, and I'm improving. Like, you were so inspirational from that day. And I'm an awkward dude, you know? Like, I was lurking in your chat for months. Like, I didn't say a word.
People tell me that.
Well, that's streaming though, you know? Like, half my mods have the same story. They're like, yeah, we're just nervous. Don't want to say anything. It's just streaming, you know? We all got a little bit of social
play a game
anxiety.
for an hour and not play the game.
That stuff as well, because like we hold ourselves to such a standard that's difficult to really put into that. Like, I followed Simbi on Twitter just because it was on the side, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know. Like, I always see her post anyways. And so I followed her, and she like reposted it and stuff. Like, Well, I do that with like celebrities. Like, it was like hard to just be like, oh, what? It's fine. It's fine. It's
Gave her
fine.
Yeah.
eyeballs.
I think it's
Yeah.
another is when you go into a channel and they call you the, like, and then
Oh,
your name. It's like,
yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
the
Yeah.
IceRocker?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I went into 6foot's channel and he was just like, what? I gotta hold on. I go.
Oh,
and he started to, like,
don't get me
not
started.
talk straight, and I was like, what?
Six foot, who is one of
Breathe
my
with me.
main moderators. He told me that whole story. He was like a blubbering mess. He was just like, and then not only did she follow me, but then she started talking.
I was watching
and
while I
and
put my makeup on, and then I started talking
No,
before I was
and he
like,
goes, I didn't know what to say. I was just like, and he's like,